views, information, or opinions expressed during the Geeks Under the Influence podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of RVA Magazine, Loot Crate, amzn.to, or their employees. Listener discretion is advised. Fuck off if you don't like it.
Hey geeks, welcome to another episode of Geeks Under the Influence. Normally we do kind of a slow lead in when we're talking about the subject matter a little bit, but before we continue with the actual episode, we wanted to speak very briefly about the terrors that happened in Charlottesville over the past weekend, that happened after the last episode we recorded. So this is actually our first episode that we've done since everything that went down. It's really unfortunate that anybody in social media or of any level has to make a commentary on something as abysmal as Nazis and white supremacists marching to publicly dismiss them. But that is kind of the nature of the world at this point. So we're throwing our hat in the ring on that. Geeks Under the Influence is not a political podcast. It's something that we adamantly try to avoid at most parts, aside from occasional quips between the panelists. One thing that we love about this podcast is all the panelists involved come from all different walks of life, whether it be from different cultures, different sexual identities, different races, different everything. We don't discriminate in that regard. What we do discriminate against is each other's opinions about stuff.
We hate shitty sequels.
The thing is that's the kind of culture that we've developed on Geeks Under the Influence, is not necessarily to agree with each other about everything, because that takes all the fun out of life. But even when we give each other a hard time, it's always out of love. There's never any venom behind it. And that's something that most of you listening probably have in your life with everything else. And unfortunately, there are a number of people in this world that have some really unfortunate viewpoints and want nothing but pain and suffering for people that believe differently. And we have to ultimately make a unnecessarily serious statement, unnecessary to this podcast, I'd say, necessary to the subject matter, about what happened in Charlottesville, that we all condemned the shit out of what happened in Charlottesville with the white supremacists and the alt-right and the white nationalists, or whatever you want to call them, all the hateful fuckers. And to say that it's on many sides, we do not agree. If you show up with hate in your heart and dismiss people based on some kind of thing they're attached to, whether it be their race or their sex or their identity in one regard or in the other, you are not a friend of ours. And we do not support anything that you do. So we just wanted to kind of start the podcast by making that statement.
And I just want to say, and it's very easy to say that we hate them or hate that mentality or that ideology. I won't say that I hate them. I pity them. I truly pity them, and you can only hope that things will get better from moving forward.
It's going to get funny in a minute. We just got to get this out of the way at the start.
I'm just going to quote Dead Kennedys and say, Nazi punks, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Ultimately, what I'm going to say is, moving forward, even with all the turmoil that's happening in the United States right now between race relations and every other relation imaginable at this point, we're going to stay non-political on the podcast. Now, that being said, we have 50 plus regular panelists that filter through this podcast. And if any one of them wants to be involved with any kind of activism or support for tolerance and understanding and acceptance in the world, Geeks Under the Influence podcast will be behind them 100%. GUI is not going to be a figurehead of anything political, because honestly, this podcast is not a political podcast. It's not the right venue for that conversation, but we do support anybody that comes on here and stands for social change and acceptance and equality and understanding.
And no ticket.
And no ticket.
Fucking ticket.
Fair enough. So that's the serious part of Geeks Under the Influence. What we are going to talk about for the most part this evening is movie sequels. Woo! So to get it on a more fun comment level.
There will be some hate in here.
Oh, there will definitely be hate in here, but it's because we have panelists that like Superman, and is going to probably try to talk about the Donner cut of Superman 2 for the entirety of this fucking podcast.
You're probably a closet case Origins lover.
Ooh.
And by the way, I mean Wolverine.
Get out. Get out. With
Best
that
version
bullshit.
of Deadpool ever.
It's just going to be me talking by the end of the podcast. Just
Sword arms are awesome.
All of our
Everybody's
levels will.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can do that. Why don't I ever do that? I can just turn people's levels down.
How many episodes have you done now?
This is the
116.
116th
And you're
episode.
just realizing now,
That I can turn down
I
levels.
have the power to just shut somebody
Because
off.
Well-
a slow learner.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the first time that happens.
And to quote from a movie that had a truly shitty sequel, you're an asshole, but you're not a fucking asshole. What is that from?
Oh, God, I know this. Holy shit. Is it a sequel?
He just
It had a shitty sequel,
Oh, okay.
an even shittier TV show.
Just
I'm out.
Just- yeah, just-
all right. Fucking From Dusk Till Dawn.
oh,
I was
okay.
really hoping somebody. That's the last thing he says in the movie. I'm an asshole, but I'm not a fucking asshole. He throws a
right,
shitload
right.
of money.
I was trying to think of the
and
sequel.
then they made a shitty sequel. After. That's why I said it had a shitty
Multiple
sequel.
sequels.
I thought it was
I
from
guess
that
it did have
quote.
multiple,
One,
didn't
yeah.
it?
I thought that quote was from the sequel, and I've never seen any of them.
The mythos they tried to develop.
I've never
with
seen the
TV
sequels
series
either.
was kind of abysmal, unfortunately. but,
I mean,
Yeah, it crashed and burned.
yeah.
it's still,
Is
still
it?
a thing.
Is it still
Yeah.
going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so without further ado, let's get this turd candle lit. Let's talk about all things movie sequels: the good, the bad, the ugly, the unfortunate choices, the ones that maybe fell under your radar,
Should have been.
and maybe even some sequels that need to happen in the near future. So, as always, thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Welcome.
Geeks Under the Influence.
Yay!
Serious.
Not serious anymore. We took care of the serious early on.
No. Don't do that.
No, no serious.
No, this.
Oh no, yeah, no, it's lower level. If I nope, okay, no, let's keep that down. Rachel loved that
Anybody seen
situation.
Kyle?
He's right there.
Oh shit!
You're about how tall are you, Kyle? Like, oh, shit.
Keep it down, man. This thing's called screenshots, all right?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold up a sign that says,
I am exactly this tall. Don't guess.
All right. Oh, that would be a great Kyle T-shirt.
"This tall to ride. It ain't you."
Thank you yet again for joining us for another awesome episode of Geeks Under the Influence. Before we get started with anything else, let's talk about who's on the panel. We got a 5 spot this evening. To the left of me is the Dan Witch. If you want some Dan Man in your mouth, this is the man to talk to. The Danimal is here.
What's up, buddy?
I give you that sweet fucking intro, and that's all you got for me.
You don't want to be in any of our mouths?
Sweet damage.
Dan Witch.
Yes, I am loads of stacks of deliciousness.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's can-shaped.
Yes.
Spam a lot.
All right, relax there, short stack.
All right. Next one up on the panel is the Fuck That Guy. The Fuck You Hunter is here.
What's up, bitches?
I love your shirt. I've seen it before, but I love it.
Fried rags.
Yeah, it's a fantastic shirt. It's what, Return of the Living Dead Star Wars mashup?
Yeah, it's pretty much the cover of Empire, but everybody's zombies, which that's doing sequels. I wanted to wear
Yeah,
something.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Next
I
up
didn't even think about that.
That would be badass.
is a panelist that's been on before a number of times, but not recently, I don't think.
Not in a while.
When was the last episode you were on?
Hell, I don't remember.
Might have been video games.
It was a video, yeah.
Yeah, it
Because
was
you guys kept giving me
NES.
shit about SNES.
That's right.
Oh,
it was
that-
the
yes.
NES episode was the last. That was
Nobody
like,
says SNES.
I think that was in the 80s. The 80s or 90s of,
Yeah, it
of
was
the
a while
episodes.
ago.
Yeah, that was a while back. The Carlton is here,
What?
the purveyor of Spider Bite Studios.
Yeah. As it is. I don't work a lot much now.
Yeah, well, if you are interested
Getting there.
in getting any video stuff done, Carlton is the person to talk to. Just check out Spider Bite Studios,
Thank you, sir.
and I'll put the links in the notes for this episode.
Groovy.
Next one up is tonight my right hand man, the co-host of this shit show, the Baldy, the man of many terrible opinions. We may not appreciate Nazis and white supremacists on the episode, but more so than that, something that we can shit on during an episode is Superman fans.
That's not cool.
That's not cool.
That's never cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Also,
there's a lot of them out there that can be offended.
Wild animal wander into the podcast room.
What the fuck's you call me?
No, I'm talking about your
you're
libido.
talking about the dog. I'm sorry.
Your libido is a wild animal.
You have no idea.
We started.
Oh, we just getting it started up in here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hello, everybody.
Yes. So sorry, there was a brief interruption as a loving, wonderful
Somebody's
dog
always
came
got to
in
steal your thunder.
to lick our
Hey,
nose.
it's quieter than a
Okay,
kid
3,
rolling in
2,
here.
1,
Okay,
go.
So Kyle, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be back
Yeah, I'm not cutting
and
that
be
out.
here.
Kyle will be taking the role of my right-hand man this evening.
I will. Mr.
I'm-
Lowdown can't make it.
Yeah, Lowdown was unfortunately not able to make it for the episode where we talk seriously about race relations. So that's so it's just 5 white guys talking about how we like.
We really didn't like that.
He could have shown it from so many perspectives.
Plus, I think Kyle can use his left hand too.
Oh,
that's true.
I'm a righty. And I get to introduce you, the Hobbit, the Hobbitus hostess with the mostest, this little motherfucker over here.
Let's be fair. It's the hostess with the leastest at minimum. But,
Honestly, Smash, you said that too excited, all right? Like, you have to do it with,
Yeah,
like, how low down. It's like, and we know who's last. Like,
I'm
a
not
little more-
Jersey
less
angry, okay?
Less energy.
I don't have the Jersey anger.
No, he's got Philly anger.
I got the Philly anger. Comes out in spurts and you won't expect it.
Yeah, you wait till Santa Claus around. That's
what
when it
all the
comes
women
out.
say about you. It comes out in spurts and you won't expect it.
At least 2 or 3 times.
All right, so yeah, I am Mike the Hobbit Bickett, host of this shit show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You can find me on Twitter at Mike Bickett or follow the Geeks Under the Influence Twitter at GYPodcastRVA. Also check out all of our other social media stuff at gypodcast.com. Not only do we have links to all of our new episodes, both video and audio, but we also have articles written by panelists, by friends of the show. We just, speaking of our early intro, there is a top 20 times that Nazis got fucked up in comics article that just recently hit
Yes.
our GOI podcast page with pictures
It's fantastic.
of Nazis getting
'Cause
punched.
what's the point without the pictures?
Here's a little spoiler for people looking at it. There is a comic book called God where God beats up a Nazi.
That feels...
Black Panther fights the Klan.
That makes perfect
there's,
sense.
There's a lot of good goodies in there. It's well worth checking out. There is a comic book character that beats up Nazis with another Nazi.
There you go.
That's like Darth Vader style in Rogue
that's
One.
That's some heavy shit. So check it out at gypodcast.com. And now on to what we're talking about. Movie sequels.
Yay! If they're good.
First off, well, that's kind of before we get into like our favorites and our least favorites of it. I really wanted to talk about why the necessity for a sequel exists with some movies, or why it shouldn't exist. You know, what makes a movie sequel necessary? Whether it be finishing the story, like they left enough open to make it necessary, or when is it just a cash grab because it was a popular movie in the first place?
We should have looked up what the first movie to have a sequel was.
That would require like actual research.
Well, the reason I say that is because in bringing that up, it makes me think like one of the first movies that was adapted from a book or something like that, where they tell the first part of a story and then they tell the book later, like the Harry Potters do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying like way back when they started, what would that have been? Like, I don't even know.
I don't know. I'm sure it's horror.
Nah.
I mean, you look at the early Universal Monsters films. I mean, you're talking 1930s.
Yeah, but back then they were capturing a moment in time with like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, stuff like that.
You could also go in the route of, Godzilla and monster movies. They had 900 sequels. I mean, it's really hard to say which one to
1950s
be.
is where that started.
Yeah, well,
It's kind of interesting when you get into like the 70s, where Donner filming the first Superman, he filmed pretty much Superman 1 and Superman 2 at the same time.
Yes.
Where that's where there was no guessing game if they're going to do a sequel. They're already filming the goddamn sequel.
Yeah.
And then you get to like Lord of the Rings, where they just started and filmed straight through. So if the first one bombed, they're kind of fucked,
Well, they've done that before. I mean, they've done that since too.
Yeah.
Like when they know, like this is either going to do really well or it's not. But either way, we're going to film all this shit. They did that with the Back to the Futures, 2 and 3. They filmed
That's right.
simultaneously
Yeah, that's right.
almost, and then tied the stories together.
It's kind of risky with that shit.
Yeah.
It is.
They didn't. Did they do that with the Planet of the Apes sequels? after the first one?
No, I don't
No.
think so. No, because there was
Didn't
enough
they film
time
pretty
between the second and
consecutively?
third.
Yeah, the original.
One that backfired they did back to back was the Matrix ones, where they did Reloaded Revolutions.
Oh, yes.
And after Reloaded came out, that's when they probably regretted putting that much money into it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and I've been sitting here thinking, based on that question, just like what the first sequel probably was. If memory serves, maybe Return to Oz. I think might have been the first one because you had
That was in the 80s.
was it?
No. Yeah, it would
Return to Oz?
long.
Yeah.
So
With
going
Fairuza
back
Balk.
a little bit. So going back a little further than that, or not going as far back as the original. I mean, the earliest one I can think would probably be the Planet of the Apes movies. But as far as design, is probably going to be the Godfather films.
Well,
At least the first two.
that's also, if you're going to go back that far, at that time, what was the classification of a sequel? Because you could have called them serials versus sequels.
Correct.
You know, so I don't know that there really was a start.
Well, I mean, I'm going back 1930s. There was Bride of Frankenstein. That is
Right.
definitely a sequel to the original Frankenstein. James Whale was involved with both the original and Bride of Frankenstein.
Sure.
So it's a direct sequel to Frankenstein.
might be,
so
yeah.
like 1930s. That's why I said horror movies, I think, might be the real like advent of the sequel because, I mean, let's face it, it was schlock even back then.
He's cheating.
I've Googled it.
Oh, dear.
And none of us are going to know what this is. According to Live Science, The Fall of the Nation, released in 1916, is considered the first full-length movie sequel according to the Story of Hollywood.
Is that the sequel to Birth of a Nation?
It was the sequel to
Keeping
The Fall
on-
of Pretty
on
much.
topic,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
The Fall of the Nation is happening right now.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's,
yeah.
Yes.
It only took 2017.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's a sequel of because my fat finger just clicked the wrong link.
Oh,
so,
fair enough.
Yeah, but yeah, 1916.
So we have an
was-
origin point, though.
Yeah, 1916. So
16. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so sequels have been around basically since the advent of film itself.
Yeah.
100 years now.
Yeah.
Since before the
I can
advent
math.
of sound and film. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
What was it? The Jazz Singer, I think, was the first
Yes.
film with sound.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You are correct, sir.
Yes,
You
I
are correct.
pulled that out like really proud of
more you
myself.
know.
And
And
that's not the Neil Diamond version either.
I had like nothing to follow that with.
I have this and nothing else.
Here's this nugget, and then just sit quietly.
That would be a GOI fact.
GY fact.
You know, it's important to talk about, you know, what in fact makes a good sequel. Now, we broke it down to, you know, of course, a cash grab, but if they're continuing a story organically, you can tell that within a movie that makes a good sequel, but that doesn't always mean it will be good. There's other factors that go into that. So in your opinions, what makes a good sequel?
Well, I think the dynamic of film has changed so drastically over the past 100 years that as we just discussed, of the 100 years of just movies that had sequels, that the attention span has changed, the length of movies has changed. So much has changed about movies, but movies nowadays oftentimes are set up to have a sequel, and sometimes it doesn't end up happening. The movies that are kind of on the iffy, that I think this is really the main focus of this part of the conversation, is the ones that tied everything up at the end, like Romancing the Stone.
That's your
That's
go.
the one you picked.
Yes,
Okay.
Wow.
but it was all wrapped up at the end, and then the second one, Jewel of the Nile, shows up, and it has to reopen that package that's already been tied up to create a reason to have a sequel, and that's where it gets murky. If you can develop enough with those characters to have a good sequel, then it's worth it, but oftentimes it's just a cash grab, and it comes off that way.
And the sad thing is that you can actually refer to those movies, or the second one, as a cash grab, which is really depressing if you think about it.
Because it did not-
it shouldn't have happened to begin with, and the fact that like they actually did it just for the money is just stupid.
Well, some of my favorite movies are ones that, like we were talking about it earlier, that the story is one story, opens, closes, end of line. Like there's no, in most instances, if not the best ones, there's no way to continue the story. It's done. It's like reading a really good book that has an opening, character development, and a close. There's no reason to have things where you continue the storyline other than a cash grab or fanboy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Actually, we were outside. Speaking of, I had brought up, Dark City, which is a fantastic movie, and he's right. It's got a solid opening, solid middle, and a solid close. You don't really need to extend the story behind that. But fanboy wise, and let's be honest, most of the shit that's driven now is fanboy.
Yeah.
That wasn't so much back in the day.
True.
Back in the day, though, it was still a cash grab, regardless. And I'm really surprised, to be honest with you, like The Crow, they didn't come out with something
They did.
That's sad. They
for
did.
Dark City. But like The Crow, they just kept going on and on. For Dark City, they were like, we'll leave it alone.
Yeah, but when you look at something like Jurassic Park, for instance, all right, Jurassic Park initially was written just to be the one book and then done. And there'd be like the idea of, there's a possibility that these animals can make it off the island. Like they'd throw that shadow of doubt in there. But none of that is brought up in the book. They completely changed the entire scope of the character and keep like a particular character alive just so another book can be written and just so another story can be told.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Did Crichton write the sequel after the movie came out?
Yes, he did.
Okay. That's kind of like the Forrest Gump thing where they wrote
Yeah.
the Forrest Gump sequel because he's like, holy crap, I made a crap ton of money with this.
Gump Incorporated, and
Yeah.
which thankfully never got made.
Now,
Came
this
really close.
this idea for a talking point isn't even on our talk sheet, but I think it's an interesting thing to pose to the panel. What is the weirdest choice to reopen a movie into a sequel that was made? Like they were like, we need to do a sequel. We killed the hero at the end. How do we make this like, or they had to reopen the story again all of a sudden. Like I'm thinking just offhand, Crank. At the end of Crank, he falls from a helicopter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the last thing you see is him hitting the ground and he's dead.
He bounces.
He bounces, and they're like, "Yeah, let's make a second one." They're like, "Really?
Yeah, you killed him.
Something like that, though, that was so over the top and off the wall that if you didn't make a sequel of it, it would be like, come on, guys. Like, you could have done anything with this, and they did, and that was fantastic.
And with Crank 2, come on, we're not keeping track. We don't care. Just bring him back, have him do some zany shit. It doesn't really matter,
Well, that's too good not to just
It's not like
disbelief.
Alien Resurrection where you just...
Right.
That's the one I was
you just flick at the screen and
Well,
say,
that falls
"Fuck
in
this."
line with the horror movies, like Nightmare on Elm Street or a Friday the 13th. They don't. Every fucking movie is a finale. It's basically like, all right, he's died again.
Yeah.
How do we bring it back?
Yeah, but those kind of ebb and flow though too, don't they? I mean, you have some that are,
H2O.
they're still set up as their own. They're still set up as their own individual movies, which is kind of great in itself. But then you have this character that just can't die for whatever reason. So you have crappy movies, quasi decent movies, and then back to crappy, but you still keep making them.
This is, I think, another example on why John Carpenter is the fucking king. Because you look at all the slashers, right? You got Freddy Krueger, you got Jason Voorhees, you got Mike Myers. Most of those movies, you look at the first Nightmare on Elm Street, the first Friday the 13th, they were self-contained.
Right.
Even the first Friday the 13th was no Jason Voorhees except for like the Mongoloid jumping out of the water moment at the very end. That was it. It was his mom. But then you go Halloween, and it was the first slasher movie that from the fucking beginning, he disappeared at the end. That it left it open to a sequel right at the very first one. The other ones were self-contained, and then because of the popularity, they opened it back up again.
Well, I agree on most except for Nightmare on Elm Street. Because at the end of that movie, he pulls the mom through the door. As the hood of the convertible comes on top of him. So I wouldn't say it was first, but I definitely agree with the rest of it.
That was actually fought over that ending on Nightmare on Elm Street, if I remember correctly, on whether or not to do that ending or not. There were like 3 or 4 different endings they were trying before they settled on that one for the final cut. So
they figured if this does well, we need to leave this open.
I mean, it's a pretty fucked up and original storyline. I mean, a dude hunts you in your fucking dreams. Like that's
still, and of course, Dream Warriors, a great sequel that followed a shitty sequel to a great movie.
You skipped the second one. That's a fucking pile of shit.
Oh, it's such a giant,
it's fucking awful,
burning Freddy pile of shit.
But the 80s had so much of that going on when it came to sequels. I think they really started it in the way that we know it now. I think that's where it really started.
The 80s and the 70s really started it with like Grindhouse type stuff, but the 80s is the one that monetized it.
Oh, yeah.
Like slasher films, sequels to things that didn't need sequels, but things like Empire and stuff like that where you're continuing an actual decent storyline. Do you know that Empire wasn't designed from the beginning?
Well, that depends on if
You
you
see what I'm
believe
saying?
Lucas or not.
Yeah,
'Cause he's like,
exactly.
no, I planned 9 of these.
totally
I'm like, no,
had
you fucking
Anakin
didn't.
written out from the beginning.
And I started with the 4th one. That's how I decided
it's
to
the only
do
one that
it.
got greenlit.
That's the interesting thing is with the sequels, keeping the original director or somebody different. Where with Empire, you've got not Lucas, and I'll be honest, and I know I'm not the only one here, that Empire is the best of that whole series. And it's not directed by Lucas, you know?
What, Kasdan, I think?
I think
Doesn't matter.
Google.
Oh God, let me double check because I don't want to fuck up that nerd cred.
Google
Like,
it, bitch.
Yeah.
Would you think Empire, and I know there's plenty of other movies, would fall into the range of the how they changed a franchise? Because obviously Star Wars: A New Hope, and I know that's really hard to say because it's a contained universe, but A New Hope brought one thing out, but when Empire came out, that completely propelled the franchise.
I think after watching Phantom Menace, and you see the next time Lucas is behind the director's chair, it's a good goddamn thing that Empire was directed by somebody different,
Yes.
and Jedi was directed by somebody different. Because honestly, if Empire was directed by Lucas, might not have held up.
Erwin Kershner. Duh.
Kershner,
Okay,
yeah.
We've been drinking. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing about like what you're saying with that, with like Star Wars was a phenomenon. A New Hope was a phenomenon. Like it was huge even then. Like, and they didn't know that it was gonna be. It was basically you know, it came out of left field. But I think with Empire, it's like Mario Kart when you hit the accelerator strip. They knew if they did it right, there was no stopping it at that point, and that's why they bigger budget, bigger everything, and they. Part of me wants to say it was artistic integrity, but the other part of me is like the people that are in charge of the money saw, holy shit, we can make a fuck ton of money from this, and that's why licensing for all that stuff for Empire went through the roof versus what happened with A New Hope. They didn't license very much for A New Hope because they didn't think it was going to do anything.
Well, and a lot of people think that kind of
why they're so
sci-fi push for a sequel started with Star Wars, but a lot of people don't realize Logan's Run is really the first time that happened with the sequel Logan's Marathon, where it just did so well in the box
Sure,
office
not
they
on the
decided
obscure
to.
one
Is
thing.
that not?
It's not pretty goddamn obscure.
Yeah, Logan's Marathon, where Logan was trying to get in better shape. You know, he had
Logan's jog.
Logan's jog.
Logan's
jog.
triathlon.
I thought that was Run Fat
Logan's
Boy
low
Run.
carb diet.
Yeah, Run Fat Boy Run is a spiritual sequel to Logan's Run. Simon Pegg is Logan.
And- go ahead, buddy.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the ironic thing is that I think Empire is the lowest grossing of the Star Wars movies.
Well, if it follows the traditional formula of the second one's always the darkest.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you
Well,
look
like
at
a
it,
play.
Jedi did more business than that, so which I think is from Empire.
But
Yeah, sure.
still did help change a franchise and also the way people perceive sequels by leaving them on a cliffhanger in a very dark spot, which is what it's famous for. Was, you know, Luke's hand getting cut off. Vader's basically got the upper hand. You know, everybody's
I mean,
fucked.
shit's all
got-
fucked up in
Yeah,
there.
everything's fucked up at the end, and then it ends. It was, you know, that's not only changed a franchise, but the way people perceive a sequel
I can buy that.
or a series of films.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the one thing that people complain about with the Empire is that it's not a movie; it's a connecting piece, like,
Right.
Because you end on so much where you couldn't end you couldn't just say, okay, and that's it. Han's in carbonite, and Han's fucked up, and Vader's. You can't end the movie
See
like
you
that.
later, bye.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you could say the same thing about other sequels, like The Godfather 1 and 2, because obviously the first one hitting Best Picture. I mean, how do you follow that up? Number one, all right, but they did, and they killed it and got Best Picture again. You're never gonna see shit like that ever happen again. But then they also did the exact opposite and said, hey, we're gonna wait 18 years and do another one, and just basically retell the same story as the first one, but with the main character from the last one.
Well, that goes in, that goes into the realm of the higher regard versus the original. I mean, Godfather 2 is still considered to be you know, and I'm going to use this the Dark Knight of the
No,
of the Batman.
movie.
You know what I mean?
no, it totally is.
Like it's still considered
Totally
to be the
is.
coup de grace of those sequels or of that movie series. Unfortunately, when you get to the cash grab aspect, that's where 3 comes in and becomes a complete piece of shit.
Well, one thing I was looking at, thinking about the difference between the first Star Wars movie and Empire Strikes Back, there was a major thing that happened between those two movies. The first VHS was released in 1976, which means that not most people didn't have it in when the release of Empires happened, or when Star Wars happened. But in 1980. A lot of people had VHS.
Everybody had home movies.
And they also were familiar with the idea that movies that came out in the theater, they'd be able to own at that point, probably 6 months to a year before they had it available on VHS. But it definitely took a pull away from the movie theaters at that point. And I remember reading articles and seeing footage of movie theaters thinking they were done for with the advent of home video. So a lot of people stopped going to the theaters a little bit. So if you see a little bit of a dip between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, I want to say that VHS had a lot to do.
But it had them worried about it because they were expecting that to do like double the business of A New Hope, and it did not meet that expectation.
It still did great.
It did, yeah. But
did
considering
better than any movie,
considering
that year.
how well A New Hope did in its first run,
Yeah.
And all that comes back around. Now we have Netflix or any other form of streaming that's going to do the same thing, and they are panicking, just like with the release of the $10 movie pass.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're fine.
We couldn't do that here even if we wanted to.
Movie theaters are definitely not stressing about the $10 movie pass. Not at all.
No,
that's not something that's probably brought up in meetings.
Are you ready to pay $30 for small popcorn?
Yeah,
They're
right.
ready to
shit.
charge you.
Full body scans like
by
at the
the
airport.
way, they
Right
don't.
here,
bringing in a
motherfucker.
candy
They
bar.
don't.
Except for theaters in this town.
They don't sponsor us, and also there are panelists that are directly affected by the movie pass. So we will move on from that conversation.
Next topic is
let's move on from there.
Awkward.
There's no AMC here, man. At least you have that.
Even though I'm probably buying one, but move on to the next. Okay, the one thing that I was really excited about talking about was sequels that changed the entire direction of a series.
Right.
Or just changed it so completely from the original movie. Just like took a total fucking like right turn from the original.
We were talking about this earlier, but the Fast and Furious franchise is like the fucking poster child for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you had like one movie, the first one that was okay, did decent. Second movie kind of sucked, but still did decent. Third one was awful. And then it just became something completely fucking different.
now you have to don't worry about 1 through 4. Fuck those movies, all right? Don't worry about that shit. There's
That's a
some
whole
Tokyo
different series.
drifting. There's some Miami bullshit.
There's a
Start
time
with
leap in there.
5 and go from there. And literally, I was saying earlier, just take your brain out. Don't worry about physics or gravity or what, and just watch it. And they're entertaining as fuck. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Much
And there's
like
no plot.
Transporter.
You can literally go out, come back a half hour later. There's no real plot. It's just stupid stunts. And that's what holds that franchise.
See, and that's the great part about it, because I think that proves, I guess, one point over all the rest is that I guess apparently you can change a franchise if you bring in The Rock. Okay? I mean,
That's what I'm hoping for with Jumanji.
And different directors.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
Mike.
seriously, they bring in The Rock and they not only change the trajectory of like how the whole thing is set up and just make them like these huge action films, but like it completely just it kind of gave some nos to the franchise.
Well, that's an important point. And a lot of these franchises, with movies that possibly change with sequels or change of direction, also boils down to what we're talking about. Even in the Star Wars movies, is a change of director.
Yeah.
Not even just the writers or whatever. The director is a huge component of that.
What's interesting with the Fast and Furious franchise is that they've switched directors, but there's a set formula since 5 that they have to follow. So they've had 3 different directors, but pretty much follow little plot, little characters, shitload of stunts. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you think about like horrible director selections, kind of in that same vein, I mean, you have Mission Impossible, and then you have like a John Woo Mission Impossible.
Oh,
So it can hurt too, like just by doing the same thing. It's kind of scary.
Well, it's fun. With Fast and Furious or Mission Impossible, they totally nickelbacked the shit out of that. they found a formula.
No, they
and
were
goddamn
shitty
it
from
works.
the beginning. That's not nickelbacking it.
Actually, oh, never mind.
Were
Go
they
ahead.
all Canadian?
I think they had one song back like 100 years ago that was okay enough for them to get a record deal. And then we have what we have now.
It was probably in the like 80s when all the producers were doing way too much cocaine.
They were
let's be fair.
Yeah.
No, but I want to say that horror movies are the 100% forefront of changing directors and changing the entire fucking direction of the series.
For sure.
You look at, like we mentioned, the slashers. All of them went through different directors, and the best for me, as my personal favorite slasher, is Freddy fucking Krueger.
Yes, sir.
Where you go, Wes Craven is in the first one and murders the shit out of that film. Then who fucking cares in the second one?
It doesn't matter.
Terrible. Then Craven's like, you know what? Let me give this another shot. And then you get fucking Dream Warriors,
Yes.
which is my personal favorite of the
love
entire
it.
fucking
Which
series.
Frank Darabont was the screenwriter on it.
Of course he was.
Really?
Yeah, that's his first kind of foray.
I did not know
into
that. Makes
Then
perfect
you
sense.
move
Makes
on
sense,
to
doesn't
like
it?
the later ones where they just got like weird like German directors and shit. Just like fuck, I don't care.
It became
Just
a weird
fucking
shit film.
make
The
one-
Dream Child.
And then just to tie it up at the end, Wes Craven comes back and does New Nightmare, and he makes it this like meta as fuck before Scream.
Yep.
Meta as fuck, where he writes himself into the fucking movie.
Yes.
Like Breakfast of fucking Champions Vonnegut style.
We created
and,
him.
and he's just like, yeah, your kid's on a top of Jungle Gym. Woo! And then he just like rolls out and he's done. It was fucking amazing.
Drops
and
the mic.
He drops the fucking mic and walks out of that. Fucking,
That is
Bitches.
a great movie.
And I've got to disagree with you on that one. I'm sorry. Like,
Really?
I thought New Nightmare was absolutely horrible.
Really?
Whoa,
Absolutely horrible. I thought it's like this whole idea of bringing Freddy into the real world was just absolutely garbage.
doors that way.
I see the door.
I'm letting you know that it's over there.
I don't know if your bullshit ego can fit through there. But
There's a point for you there, buddy.
there you go.
No,
I agree with Bickett though. That was actually one of the things. Like I was never big into slashers when I was growing up because A, I wasn't allowed to watch them, and B, when I did, I was like, oh, I don't understand what's going on. Like I wasn't introduced to it correctly. I was introduced to it as like a taboo thing. So when New Nightmare came out, I was like, oh shit. And you're right, it was meta before meta was meta. Like it H2O tried to do it.
It was meta before the internet.
Yeah, Scream literally recaptured what that was.
It's written by Wes Craven, so
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, but I was gonna say, I mean, if you complain about New Nightmare, think about the movie before that, which was Freddy's Dead, where they were so desperate, literally they made a 3D scene to try to get extra people in there because the franchise was dying that bad.
No,
all right?
it was horrible. I remember going to see
Yeah,
that.
it's shit.
I remember actually going up to the theater that used to be at Chesterfield Town Center. All right, somehow still getting in, even though I wasn't even 13 for the PG-13 rating that it had.
Would you say that that's any better? That New Nightmare is not?
No, no, it's better than that.
There
It's
you
better
go.
than 2. I don't think I'd put it anywhere
Shit
near
on
the
a
class
plate.
of 1 or 3. So
So I have there's a special place in my heart for that movie. Not because it's good.
Which one?
Freddy's Dead.
Okay.
Not because it's good, but it's because of the complete and utter like we are going to take advantage of every possible thing we can to make money, whether it's fucking 3D. It doesn't matter whether we use this, we're going to put fucking Nintendo in there some way. Like we are going to do everything that we can. He's like got the power glove, boing, 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 boing. And the guys.
and remember they even had Roseanne in that movie.
Sponsored by
Yes,
Pepsi.
they had Roseanne.
They had
as, like,
Roseanne
a
and
crazy-
Fat Tom Arnold.
Fat Tom Arnold, because fucking Roseanne was like at the top, at the peak at that time. I
Good
mean,
Lord.
there's
That's
certain.
a small moment in history.
Yeah, by the way, let's never talk about Roseanne's peak ever again.
Either of her peaks.
And we wouldn't say small, but
Ba-da-ba. What's the thing from Price is Right?
That's the bum, bum, ba-dum.
so it might be good to go into the realm of sequels that we find to a little more appealing or better than the original, or maybe gave more more action or better acting or a better script. For me, The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Yeah.
over the Batman Begins.
Oh, absolutely.
Batman Begins is a great movie.
Yep.
The Dark Knight's fucking is like the
Turned it up
it's the
to
opus,
11.
man. Yes.
Hold on. I can watch Batman Begins and enjoy Dark Knight. I cannot fucking sit through Star Trek, the motion picture, but I can watch the fuck out of some Wrath of Khan.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, Batman Begins, not the strongest movie, but still a good movie.
Good origin movie.
Try watching motion picture. It's fucking... no, it can't fucking happen. But I'll watch the fuck out of some Wrath of
If
Khan.
I remember correctly, that the motion picture went through like something like 90 draft, like
It's
90
dog.
movies,
It's fucking
like
terrible.
They were literally like trying to like how do we bring this back? Because the series was a short run, but they knew it had a fan base, and they tried to make it, and it went through like literally like 3 or 4 directors,
Yeah.
and like 10 rewrites.
And
like
it
it was
still sucks.
terrible.
No, but even that whole series was kind of up and down. I mean, you had of course to start off with a really shitty movie.
Wrath of Khan.
No, Wrath of
No,
Khan was
no,
not
then
shitty.
Wrath of Khan. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Then Wrath of
Hold on a
Khan.
second.
I was so excited about Wrath of Khan.
You get the fuck out of here.
We're talking the one with V'ger.
No, but even Search for Spock was solid, and Voyage Home was good, and then you had that abysmal one where they go to search for God.
Yeah.
I mean,
The Final Frontier.
okay,
And it
then
turns
they
out
tried-
to just to be like Spock's brother
Now,
being an
let's be
asshole.
clear. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go totally meta on this. When I started watching Preacher, that was the first thing I thought of. I was like, "Holy shit, this is that Star Trek movie."
But without Wrath of Khan, you don't get all those movies. Because, I mean, honestly, that was we're going to give you one more chance, but if this doesn't fucking pan out, we're not making any more sequels.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful grab because, like, I remember watching that original episode from the series, the Space Seed episode, where like Khan was all okay with like getting sent to the planet and being able to basically inhabit with that, and then just
I mean,
Sleeping on
just to
City
show that
Alpha
whole-
6?
City Alpha 5
Yeah.
was where he thought he was, but they actually wound up setting so City Alpha 6 is actually the one that went supernova. So
A champagne supernova?
Oh god.
in the sky.
God damn it. You'll dad joke me before I talk. It fucks me up every time.
dude, you know we have to get at least one per podcast. Anyway,
I
so
know.
it's okay.
I'm going to throw for ones that are probably held in higher regard, at least from my perception of it, is First Blood. As far, like Rambo, like as far as those series of movies, First Blood is got to be in higher regard than the original.
No, Rambo 2, First Blood 2, or whatever the
First
fuck
Blood,
they call it.
it's First Blood Part 2.
No,
Yeah,
that
First
is-
Blood part-
Speaking of what we talked about earlier
Right,
about
that's what I meant.
a movie sequel that changes the entire fucking direction of a series.
Yeah.
You look at the First Blood, it was just called First Blood. It was like Raiders of the Lost Ark, where it was just Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then it was Indiana Jones
Yeah.
and Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was
It was
Rambo
it
First
became
Blood
a
after-
franchise.
Yeah. But you look at Rambo First Blood, the first movie, and it was about a fucking soldier with PTSD.
Oh yeah.
And how he wasn't understood by society. And this is around like people understanding Vietnam veterans coming back and being spit on by like Americans and just not being accepted as people that, like did their best to protect the country in one regard or the other. It's a different dynamic now. Then you go into Rambo 2,
We're
and he's Jack Diesel as fuck and murdering the ever-living shit out of everyone that comes
Fuck yeah.
even close to him.
With the coolest arrows ever.
And it's like, this is pre-Cobra. This is pre, like, any kind of, like, Stallone, like, Jack Diesel, I'm gonna kill everybody, kind of thing. It was,
It's like Death Wish in the jungle.
yeah, like Death Wish with a fucking
I'm pretty sure
headband.
that was the pitch for the movie.
You know
That's
who
probably
wrote
transcribed somewhere.
Yeah.
You know who wrote Part 2, right?
No.
James Cameron.
Really?
No, he did he? Google
Look
it.
it up.
That's
Look it up.
Right into Aliens, as far as just,
That's
like,
pretty much.
churching up the action on
That's
a
right up-
fucking, like, suspenseful movie.
It's right
Yeah.
up their butthole.
And I love that one because number one, it actually almost never even happened. Okay, the original cut of the film, that whole scene like where they bring him out in the handcuffs and everything, wasn't part of that original script, and they had actually already filmed the original ending to it, and basically like after Richard Crenna's character goes in and like tries to get him out, he comes back out and then Stallone just blows the whole place up. blows up.
Blows it.
He blows everyone.
I mean,
That was a Demolition Man
That
reference.
PTSD really changed him.
Blow this
Well,
guy.
no, that's a lot of people don't realize
Literally.
that Rambo is actually a sequel to Italian Stallion, his first movie. So, like, where
he had it fell on hard times. He fell on hard times.
Can we-
He
can
was
we
an unpaid actor at one time. Brought reality.
could we say though that Cameron possibly is the king of sequels? If
Yeah.
you put in him writing Rambo, fucking Aliens, and then Terminator 2.
Yeah.
I mean, who else director-wise has knocked
was a
out the
fanboy
park
that
doing
got-
fucking sequels?
Got good shit.
What makes you think he's the only man that I, just out of curiosity, should have brought a Titanic 2 just to fucking see what was going to happen?
I was gonna say,
What
where
new
is it?
technology did he create for this sequel? He actually brought the Titanic back from the dead to sink
Time
it
travel.
again.
He actually invented time travel.
Yeah.
Do you
Saved the
remember?
Titanic.
Did you ever watch the MTV Movie Awards? Like back when MTV still showed music videos, they had
I don't remember that.
Ben Stiller. Yeah, Ben Stiller was hosting, and I think he had like Vince Vaughn in the room. They had they just showed this director off screen. He's like, I'm just gonna throw this out there, sequel, and then it just pans to James Cameron. Of course, this is like right after Titanic came out. He's like, I don't think that'll really work. And he's like, no, it's like air bubble.
That's what makes Avatar 2. I'm very curious about it because
Man.
he's kicked ass with sequels. I don't know how he's going to do that with Avatar because there's not a lot of interest.
Well,
I mean-
also, we talked about movies, sequels that came out way later than they should have in order for it to
Oh,
maintain
yes.
the audience a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is-
it could have come out right after Avatar, and it wouldn't have maintained my.
Which is, I know
Pocahontas'
something
face.
we'll touch on in the second half, because we obviously won't have time to get on there now.
No.
But I will say that I did write a small little list just to get on there quickly, the sequels that saved a franchise. Just a few, like, and I know that the first Terminator was a huge hit. I'm not saying it was a failure, but considering the time gap in which the second one was made, Terminator 2 completely fucking saved that franchise.
I
Because
disagree.
people had forgotten. It's one thing to be popular and be forgotten about. And that's what, and Terminator 1 was great. But when Terminator 2 came back out, people, I mean, it lit up like a wildfire. And it's also more highly regarded for a lot of people than the original.
You had build-up, though, from the first Terminator. I mean, as soon as first Terminator hit HBO, man, I mean, everybody saw how fucking good it was. And
Right.
built up for Terminator 2 to do so much. I mean,
I got another one.
I think they're equal.
X2.
Oh, don't even get me started on that shit.
And that goes into sequels that were better than the
Yes.
original as well, because X2 is definitely hands down
X2
better.
is the
With-
best of that
I
original.
that
Brian
opening
Singer.
scene still holds up.
Because it didn't have Wolverine saving himself from falling off the Statue of Liberty by just cutting into the Statue of Liberty in a circle.
Just in general with
You don't
X2, the
understand physics.
the pacing of that movie is so well done. There's
Yeah.
not really a down part in
No.
there. As soon as you start to check your watch, some other shit happens. So I mean, it's the best of the Singer franchise.
Here's the thing with those, like, and everybody talks about it because, like, Terminator 2, X-Men 2, any of those movies, Batman to Dark Knight even, you have to establish the universe. You have to establish the thing. And you 90% of the time, just because you've established the universe doesn't mean you can throw all that action in there. If you do, you end up killing it. And there's been really great movies that had potential, or I should say really great ideas that have movie potential that just hose it, and then they never get a sequel because you would have put all that action in the sequel and they tried to shove it into the first one.
They blew their load.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot more to talk about
Oh, yeah.
sequels on this episode, and I'm really excited about what we've covered so far. But for now, we're going to take a short breather. When we come back, we're going to talk about what we are drinking and go into making a drunken scene, and then more things about movie sequels. So
All
stick around,
right.
and we'll be back in just a second. This is Mike the Hobbit, direct from Fallout on a trivia night, telling you to come here every first and third Monday for trivia between 8 and 10, 25-cent wings, drink specials, prizes, and tons of really inappropriate trivia. It's a lot of fun. Do you guys agree? Definitely come out and enjoy trivia every first and third Monday at Fallout. In addition to Fallout, Geeks Under the Influence takes over Wonderland on the corner of 18th and Main Street for Geeks Under the Influence trivia, ridiculous trivia, goofy music, great food, cheap drinks. 1727 East Main. Come and check us out 8 to 10 every second and fourth Tuesday. We're back for the second half of our Geeks Under the Influence movie sequels episode. Thank you guys so much for sticking around for the second half. As always, we're going to go off the rails, but before we do that, let's talk about our sponsors.
Yay!
We're going to talk sponsors before we get into what we're drinking and making a drunken scene. First off, our longest running sponsors on GUI, not Loot Crate, amzn.to.
Yes.
Loot Crate's next.
That's next.
amzn.to, of course, we've got most of our equipment from Amazon, and you can also buy the coolest shit ever on Amazon and help out the podcast at the same time. Just go to guipodcast.com, click on the link on the upper right-hand corner of the main page, and go through that link, clear your cookies, and bookmark. That way, every time you go through that bookmark, we are getting credit for anything you purchase. That means you're spending the same amount of money on Amazon, but we're getting credit for it and getting a little bit of cash towards microphones, towards storage fees, towards beer, towards all of that stuff that we use.
Beer, it's really just about the beer.
If you ever thought to yourself, I want to buy that guy a beer, not me, because no, that's not going to happen, but any of the other panelists, you can do that just by shopping through the tab of the upper right-hand corner on guipodcast.com. Sends money our way, and we'll definitely spend it on booze. I mean, who are we kidding?
Yeah.
More than likely.
I was like, oh yeah, I could use that, like pre-compression. Nope, we're going to buy that $25 bottle of beer to talk about on the
$300 bottle of scotch. We're going to go fancy up in here.
Kyle, we're not there yet.
Okay, we're going to get there.
We're not there yet.
We need your help.
We need your help. You can get us there.
Please go to our Kickstarter.
If enough people donate through Amazon.com, then we can get a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle and have a real party of like super expensive bourbon. So help us help you.
Yeah, buy now, buy all.
Yeah.
Also, our next ones are Loot Crate. Loot Crate is this month is Kingdom, with stuff from Legend of Zelda, Lord of the Rings, and Adventure Time as well. The koozie that I'm rocking this evening, if you can see in the picture there. Yeah.
You're blocking my face.
I'm sorry, Ginger. I was helping out anybody that had to look at your face.
It shines a light on the rest of us.
Loot Crate every month is a gift to yourself of just cool shit thematically and geeky as fuck. And they've been fantastic to us for $15 to $20 a month, depending. You can get a crate full of cool shit. And all you have to do is go through the link on our links page at guipodcast.com. Go through that link so we get credit. Sign up for Loot Crate. When you sign up, use Save 3 when checking out to save $3 off your first box, and you can get a monthly subscription of the coolest shit ever. All the shelves behind me are full of Loot Crate shit, as well as on the table we've got like a black and white Spider-Man hanging upside down, a Rick from Rick and Morty.
Fucking awesome.
Flipping the bird.
That means peace among worlds.
Yeah, peace among worlds is exactly what it means.
This honestly may be my favorite thing that I've gotten from Loot Crate so
It's
far.
tough because I've gotten some really fucking cool T-shirts. I've gotten like so much cool shit from Loot Crate.
I don't know. That's pretty fucking
But
badass.
that's really good.
I love that.
Rick and Morty's really good.
I love the Hulk Bowl. I really do. But
one of my personal favorites was I got a beanie that the one side of it was Daredevil with the Daredevil logo and it was red, and the other side was Punisher and it was gray with the Punisher logo, and you could flip it inside out, so I didn't have to wash it because I would just flip it inside out and people would think that I washed it.
Is that your goal? Is something that I don't have to wash?
Just so many things I don't have to wash.
They made you make T-shirts that way.
It's also good quality stuff. You're not just getting crap that you can just this that's going to break easily or whatever the case is. Like you're getting quality things.
You're getting Q-Pop. You're getting you're getting Funko figures. You're getting like decent quality T-shirts. The T-shirts aren't like these bullshit T-shirts that fall apart. They're in pretty good quality T-shirts. So check it out. Just make sure you go through the link on the links page at guipodcast.com to sign up for Loot Crate so we get credit. And trust me, it's well worth it. We were fans of it before we even got sponsored by them. So those are the sponsors. And now on to what we're drinking.
Oh, Lord.
Kick it off, Kyle.
So I went with the classic what we're drinking for this episode.
Oh.
The first one. I've got another one in the pipe for the next episode.
He needs to do a sequel song.
I decided, I was about to say I decided that I'm not going to unveil new versions of what we're drinking except for episodes that Kyle's on.
But this is a sequel
I think
episode.
it's only fair.
I
This is a
appreciate
sequel
that. Thank
episode.
you.
Shouldn't he do a sequel to the song, like right fucking now, just for the fuck of it?
Well, that's a good point, but I didn't queue it up on my tablet, so we're not going to do that. So this is what we are drinking.
Hey, we're fucking drinking. We're getting drunk. You want to know? Well, here you go. Hey.
I do that every
Unfortunately,
time.
That sounds like one of the country singers I had to listen to at my work not too terribly long ago.
God, I hope no one else feels that way.
Like the Monkeys theme or something right there.
It's that
I just
country
wanna-
song you really
I just
want
want to put him on the
you
spot
listen
right now
to
and have him
anyways.
do an additional part to that song somehow. So
We're still drinking.
I need to have one of our listeners
Something else.
do, speaking of the monkeys, do like, hey, we're fucking drinking.
Hey, we're all fucked
They need
up.
to get on. Yeah,
People
get your
say we're
guitar
fucking
out
around.
and your amp and record it, and just make whatever tune you want to it.
You know, here's the thing. We have, if you go to our iTunes or SoundCloud or any of that, there's actually, if you go down a little bit, just
just a little.
just Kyle singing, hey, we're fucking drinking. So you can do your own remix. But if you want to do just your own version of it where you're singing, hey, we're fucking drinking, you're more than welcome to do it. We'll play it on an episode. It doesn't have to be
I
Kyle
still
singing.
want a hip hop version.
that
God
would be
damn it.
if
Oh my
somebody
God.
could bring that out.
Kyle, you might have to rap so we can make a hip hop version.
No.
Right?
Here's the thing. We're on SoundCloud, and there's so many fucking hip-hop artists and electro artists on SoundCloud. There's one motherfucker that happened across us that were like, this isn't what I want. Oh, they said dicks a lot. I'm going to keep listening. That's now I'm saying, there's
Sir
somebody that,
Dick's a lot.
there's somebody that has that talent that if they can take like 4 minutes
I'm
out of their
giving you
busy
gold
day,
right
because
now, just so we're clear.
it does not have to be good.
You dropping that
No,
face, son?
that's not a requirement at all.
But Dre, if you're listening,
No, but
Yeah, that's what Dre's
I'm
doing.
reminded of Malibu's Most Wanted.
Just
yeah.
we don't need.
Talk to Dre,
Just
Dre?
don't get Eminem to remix.
Yeah, but like this part of the podcast is sponsored by Beats by Dre. What we're drinking.
Sponsored by getting a beating.
We're
by
drinking,
Dre.
fucking drinking Hennessy right now.
All right, so what we are drinking, we've got a few shares this evening. First one up is one that I brought. It's not thematic to the episode so much as it is thematic to geekdom. Stone Brewing Company has done this before. This is the new iteration, Woot Stout. Stone Barking Wheaton is the sub name on it. So it
Pretty
is
sure that's Will's middle
It
name.
is a sequel, I guess, because they've done this with Will Wheaton before. This is a collaboration with Will Wheaton.
Will.
it smells like soy sauce. Are we sure this is beer?
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
about to say that. Is this half soy sauce?
Is it really?
And it's
Good
it's an
God.
Try
ale,
it.
it's an ale brewed with pecans, wheat, and rye, 1/4 aged in bourbon barrels.
I
So-
drank it and like I automatically felt like, and no offense to anybody who's had one, a stroke.
No, I seriously I thought that I was eating La Choy. It took me back to my childhood.
I went blind in my right eye for like a
I'm
good
pretty sure there's supposed to
0.3
be
seconds.
noodles in this. Just so we're.
This is the cold beef flavored ramen noodles.
Can I get the shrimp? Can I get the shrimp over here? I didn't mean to.
The thing is, I don't think it's
Mix
that
that, the
bad.
chicken
It's not-
flavor.
Now, it's not great. It is not great, but
Sponsored
it is not.
by Stone's Brewing.
Yeah, sponsored by Stone. You can see in
We
Manchester
love you.
in Richmond, Virginia. No, it's not bad. It's definitely something that you want to share with somebody, even with a shorter bottle of 22.
Can I-
It's like,
An
it's like one of those
enemy.
things where you go, "Oh my God, this smells disgusting. Sniff this."
It's not like expired milk.
Can I just say it's not
Actually, that might
bad.
help it. Can we pour some
I think
expired
It's
milk in there?
not bad.
I feel like one side has
More or less
kind of made
meaning
their
it's
Danimal.
bad.
What's your opinion on it?
He's drinking more.
I'm starting already pouring my beer into a different cup because I do not want to mix the two.
That's not a good sign.
This really is what you get if you mix oatmeal or no, excuse me,
Ovaltine.
Ovaltine and fucking soy sauce. It's like the exact baby. This is the child of
I
it.
don't get the soy sauce at all, except for maybe the color.
You're so used to salty things, I guess. I don't know. Oh,
You
that was a
salty
terrible
bastard.
joke.
No, I think this is definitely a lot heavier than it needs to be. Some of the malt is really overplaying some of the pecan flavors that it's trying to push out. I
It's
noticed.
pecan.
God damn it!
It's tomato.
I think
It's tomato potato, all right?
I think it's perfectly drinkable myself, but it's not necessarily the thing that I would go to if I wanted like a heavier stout. It's okay,
I'm
it's
not
drinkable,
a stout drinker,
but it's
so I'm just
not.
giving you shit.
It's not the be all end all. Let's look at the ABV on this thing.
that's
I'm
all
sure it's on the high end. Oh yes, it is 13% alcohol.
Well,
That makes sense.
Yeah. So this is gonna.
oh yeah, no.
It's like right now, I
Pass that back to
kind of
Bickett,
wish
man.
I had some snake venom.
So if you were drinking this at a con, you would fuck an Ewok. Like that's super dick kicker.
Say that one more time.
You'd.
You'd
Woots-
fuck an Ewok.
I'll give them a commercial they can use later. Woot Stout will make you fucking Ewok. There you go.
A stuffed one.
That's your yub nub right there.
That's your yub nub. It'll make you see 3PO.
We're building a commercial for you guys.
All gold. All of this is gold.
You know what? After a long day, I like to go home,
Get a yub nub.
sit in my recliner, relax,
Lube up the Ewok and get a yub nub.
pop on Star Wars, and open up a nice bottle of Woot Stout.
It should
Stone Farking Wheaton.
It should be Wook Stout, like Wookie.
ABV 13%. And I like to sit back and I like to drink a whole bottle by myself, then strip naked and run through the neighbor's backyard, screaming, "Han shot first." Then, as I'm running from the cops down the street,
I just break
Still
out a
naked.
Yub nub.
I like to scream, "Will Wheaton, why have you betrayed me?" as I stumble to the ground, skinning my dick.
While violating an
An Ewok.
Ewok.
Who keeps
That's right,
hanging
kids.
A toy Ewok.
Yub nub. Yub nub.
All right, so
Spinning it on there like dick in the box.
So Woot Stout on our awesomeness by volume scale,
Dick in Ewok.
I would give it maybe a 4 out of 10 is probably what I would give it. What are you guys thinking?
I don't drink.
It's a little high. I mean,
A little high for you? Are you
Yeah.
thinking like 2 or 3?
I give it a 2.
A
Good,
2?
Yeah.
Dan Witch, what do you think?
Can we go negative on this one? I mean,
And Kyle.
At least the name's fun.
The name is fun. All right.
It's never good, by the way.
Alright.
The name's kind of fun.
That's the only reason I tried it. It had a really cool name.
Carlton,
work.
you've got some cidering to bring to the
I
table,
do,
right?
and in the spirit of representing the redheads, I got a. It's called Big Pippin. There's the face I enjoy to see Mike make.
That's
is that
what I
after
associate with-
like Pippi Longstocking? Is that like her
No.
full legal name?
Pippin, Pippin, my friend, Pippin. Are you not? I have no idea. What
Well, I
it's
know I associate that with gingers.
Yes. Well.
Yeah.
It's a harder cider, but it's got with ginger in it.
It's hard to drink is what it is.
Well, if you're not a fan of ginger, if you're not a fan of gingers in your mouth, then
I'm a huge fan. I live with one.
Well-
But
Honestly, that's
I
not
don't know
bad.
what she's putting in your.
well, trust me, she doesn't taste like this.
It honestly, to me,
Awkward.
it's like a Moscow Mule without actually having to
Yeah.
add the vodka.
It's like
to
the
it.
mule's
Yeah.
ass. What are you talking about?
Oh,
you're talking-
that's
this is
actually
actually
a
not
really
bad.
good. It's a really good description. Yeah, if you like Moscow mules, it's good, but you have to be prepared for it.
Yeah,
It's
well,
powerful.
I mean,
it hits
with
you
any
hard.
sort of ginger beer, you kind of have to be.
I'm pretty sure this should be served at Doomsday at Fallout because this tastes like somebody like stilled it out of an old radiator. That's what it tastes like. Radiator fluid that was fermented. That's what this tastes
That
like.
might actually go well with
After you
tequila.
get past the initial bite of it, like once it hits,
Just
that
keep
back of
trying.
your throat,
Keep trying.
it's
Goes
what
numb.
he said. I think it's got a Moscow Mule kind of taste.
It does. I mean, it's
Ginger is acquired. You have to acquire.
Let me get another taste of that. Let me-
yeah. It's honestly to
Some
me,
need to get it
it's
off their
not-
tongue, and others.
It's not awful. I mean, I'm like I'll go pick up ginger beer at the grocery
It's
store.
11%.
You're like Krabby's or
All right, Dan,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
sounding like a ginger apologist.
Oh, and
You
it's
kind of are
combining
one by proxy.
Yeah,
Pippin apples. That's why it's got the name. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just a
Pippin
creative
apples?
name. Yeah. I just
Yeah,
thought it was
Pippin
creative.
apples
That's
are
not bad.
really tart.
Yeah.
So you go Pippin apples that are really tart with ginger thrown in.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm-
just a
it's-
giant cider bottle of fuck you.
It's still better than you're offering there, Hobbit.
Ah, I win again. I win again.
Again, your beer
Why do I
had
keep drinking this? It's terrible.
You lost a bet.
Well, again, Hobbit, your beer had a really fun name.
Your mom has a really fun name.
You know what's sad? Her name's Eileen. Do you know how many times I've had to hear that shit in my life?
Oh my god, so much.
Oh, you have no idea.
Your friends were
Every
so
time
brutal.
his dad sang it, it was horrible.
He's like 6 years old.
Why do you love that song so much?
He's like 6 years
God
old.
damn it, I
He
did
hears-
this to myself.
He hears singing from his parents' bedroom, "Come on, Eileen," and he just knows.
Let's just get off of bombs. I just got off of yours.
It's spelled differently. But
All
We're
right.
definitely on the second half.
Oh,
Mom
we're-
jokes
Yeah.
galore.
What rails?
I used to say the rails are
the one
way
your mom
behind
likes
the
to
fuck.
take.
All right. We're over talking. Let's cut that out and move on to our next taste that we're doing.
yes,
Something else in our mouth.
Oh,
it's
Something to kill the.
the problem is these are really high alcohol levels, and I'm not even gonna feel good about it. Like I'm gonna feel really disappointed in myself. I'm like, I'm drunk and I hated every second of it.
So we on to me now?
no.
Or are we on to Hunter?
No, we're on to Dan's.
Oh, we're on
share.
to
Share.
Sandwich. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Dan.
Danimal?
What are you sharing this evening?
I actually I brought it's a collaboration between Hardywood and New Belgium.
That's an East Coast local,
That was
is.
really good, by
and
the way.
like local, like a mile from here.
Yeah,
local.
this is Baltic Porter with cocoa husk, and it's called Savor X.
Coconut.
Cocoa husk.
Cocoa husk.
Cocoa husk.
Interesting.
And it's actually it's a 10% ABV.
That is a tasty
It
beverage.
is a tasty beverage.
Now drink the ginger one again, Mike.
No, I
Mix the two.
I want to see you make that face again.
no, I'm good.
It's totally
You know what?
suicide your beers.
Yeah,
Just
I was
pour
gonna
them all
say, that's
together.
what we should do on episodes now is suicide everything everyone shares. See
Mix
who
it
can make
together.
It happen.
So we pick numbers, and then that person that gets that certain number, we
I
make a
just think it's
suicide.
Bickett every time.
No, but just one person
Yeah,
just
just
has
Bickett
to
every time.
Okay, it goes off the rails enough as it is. I don't think we need to add like somebody puking violently into the microphone.
I think we do.
I'm just pushing buttons now.
And here's the thing: it wouldn't be like somebody, "Excuse me," and goes to the bathroom. Somebody would literally puke into the microphone
On the soundboard.
like on the soundboard. Like, that would be me.
Like
I
stand,
pay extra for that.
like Stand By Me style.
This whole room would be like that scene from Stand By Me.
it's all blueberry pie.
I was like,
Oh, I
hey,
thought you were talking about the dead body.
Does YouTube allow that?
That might be
multiple
Mike after
vomiting?
he's done with whoever spit up on his board.
you know,
Just some epicac.
I have not checked to see if YouTube allows for vomiting on video, but
I'm sure they do.
They're probably okay
Have
with
you
it.
not watched the pimple popper videos? I mean, come on.
You know what I'm not okay with? Puking on this podcast, or
There you go.
at least on mic and video. Like if you need to puke, you go to the bathroom and it's
Well,
fine.
I mean, I've got a nice cup of puke right here. If your beer is
Damn, sick burn.
all right. So what's the ABV on the
it's 10%.
10%?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's like not even mentionable IBUs on this.
No,
I mean,
it's really good.
Really smooth.
Really smooth.
I mean, seriously, like, do I ever disappoint? Come on.
Plus, the competition was a little lower this week.
But yet again, here's the thing with Hardywood is that they do really good work when it comes to heartier beers, where you go with like porters and stouts.
So it's not just a clever name.
No, it's not.
No.
The Shitty Beatles, how are they?
They're pretty.
suck.
They're
So it's not just a clever name.
No, but Hardywood does a great job with their bourbon crew, with their gingerbread stout, with some of their heavier build beers. They do a great job, and that's why I go there normally in the fall and winter, because some of their summer choices are not really my cup of beer. I guess.
but they do have next Saturday, so the 26th of August, for those of you playing the home game. It's actually they're releasing their foolery. All right, so they've got the trickery. That they
Oh, the
released.
tomfoolery. Isn't that what they put? No, it's just foolery, right?
It's just called foolery.
Oh, I was like, why didn't they call it Tom?
Well, because Tom quit.
Yeah.
Tom doesn't work there anymore.
Mike Foolery.
Just come out with shenanigans.
Enjoy the
The next
food.
motherfucker to say shenanigans is gonna get pissed away.
All
Hey,
right.
Farva.
all right. We're super getting off topic. So the 26th, they're
super
releasing Foolery.
Yes.
Do we have any idea what that beer is? Or
It's going to be another one that's based off of their cassowary.
Okay.
So
And
that same
that's-
base. So it's the same. That's that same base that they actually use for trickery, and that they use for I think it's their bourbon barrel stuff.
Yeah, no, I think you're correct.
Yeah.
So,
at
cool.
least their wintry stouts that they use is what they typically
Yeah,
use.
they do a fantastic job with that. All right, now on to
God.
Love you.
I don't think we've actually worked out who's playing what yet either.
We kinda have.
Okay,
We kinda
well,
did.
Well,
We
I'll
did.
just fill in the gaps.
That's what she said.
She did say that.
So-
no, that's
what
he
she said. So,
Actually,
Danimal over here in our first scene.
okay, well, we got to announce what we're doing first.
I'm
Yes.
so sorry. I cut you off. Go ahead.
Bad co-host. Bad co-host.
I'm super excited right
You are
now.
the worst Andy Richter since Andy Richter.
I miss your lowdown.
Yes, you are correct, sir.
I gotta deal with this bald fuck now. All right. So next thing we're doing is making a drunken scene.
Making a drunken scene.
So the first scene we're doing is from the sequel to the fantastic live action
Say it with a straight face.
Ninja
Do it. I
Turtles
dare
film.
you.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT 2 Secret of the Ooze from 1991. Everybody's favorite ninja rap movie.
Let's just be clear. Any movie with the title, with the word ooze in the title, not going to do well.
Not going to be great.
Not going to be good.
Unless it's a porn.
Even then. Nobody wants to see anything ooze.
Yeah, nobody's putting that in the search engine for porn. Can you have some ooze stuff?
Somebody got
Like,
the ooze porn? I'm really excited.
Well, no, I had a lot of expectations for Grandma Mary's Ooze Off, but it ended up being a terrible porn. Really off-putting.
Well, it's because it's your own grandma. So
She needed somebody she trusted to screen it before she put it out into the world. I'm just saying. But
Granny
can't
porn.
live on Nana pudding alone.
oh, that was the sequel, actually. It's Nana Pudding.
Pudding.
Speaking of sequels. And that's the name of the episode.
Nana Pudding.
So you see what I did to your grandmother. The Nana pudding on the doo-doo-doo. I covered the nipples with some vanilla wafers.
By the way, that is the only way that I'm describing my dick from now on is the doot-to-do.
Do-do-do, see?
Dirt.
Why don't you put your mouth on my doot-to-do?
And enjoy your pudding.
This is the dueling Cosbys. That's what's happening right now. Puddin', pop.
So back to the kids movie that we're about to recite.
Rated PG-13.
All right, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze from 1991. We've got Splinter, played by
Me.
the Dan.
Good job.
The Danwich. Leonardo. Do we have a Leonardo
I will
yet?
be doing Leonardo.
Carlton is going to be the Leonardo. Donatello. That
be
is
me.
the Hunter. And Michelangelo.
That'll be me.
Fuck.
Yeah, baby.
I wanted that. I didn't.
So you
I
just
didn't
get to
get
narr-
enjoy
you
the show there, Bickett.
now he's got to
late.
do the narration.
No, I'm going to do the narration on this one.
Oh,
Okay.
And so whenever Splinter wants to start the scene.
Yeah, where are you saying?
Of course not, Master Splinter.
We practice ninja.
The Art of Invisibility.
Appears from behind Raph. Splinter holds up the New York Post with a front page picture of the Turtles on stage with the headline, Ninja Rap is Born.
Practice harder. 10 flips now. And remember,
Quoting the song played at the show,
go ninja, go. I made another funny. Ha 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 ha.
And scene.
that is actually from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 18, where Splinter is incontinent.
Pretty sure he was the whole time anyway.
And the Ninja Turtles are in their 40s,
place
and they
was
all
just-
work at a fucking
I think that's like the
telemarketing
the
agency.
dark web's version of Teenage Mutant Turtles.
Nothing but rat shit all over the all over the dojo.
All right, so all these scenes that we're doing tonight is either referential to the previous film, like I Made Another Funny, which was like the big like joke at the end of the first Ninja Turtles movie, or it's referencing sequels in the first place.
Right.
I really wish you had actually done your original version of Splinter, which was better than your sequel version of Splinter.
Was it like super racist Asian?
No, it was almost dead on is what it was. And he was like, I'm going to totally go with the Herbert version. I was like, God damn it.
Oh, so super racist Asian.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But it was only racist towards rats.
Well, it was racist towards Asian rats. I mean, we don't want to get those comments.
No.
Those fuckers can tweet too.
How am I supposed to eat my lo mein?
Next scene we're doing is actually, I love this scene because it talks about, it's so self-referential. It's really, we talked about it on the first half about how Wes Craven really was meta before meta with New Nightmare and then moved on to Scream and was very referential to the entire, like, the industry of horror movies that he had a major play in developing. We're talking Scream 2. We're doing Scream 2. We're doing the famous scene where...
famous is a strong word.
Oh, like it didn't do like $100 million in the box office.
The guy made $1 million.
How about infamous?
Infamous,
That means
possibly.
more than famous.
But this is a
shit.
scene where
Infamous?
where film students are talking about sequels while talking about an actual killer going on in their midst. So, we have film teacher. Do we have film teacher?
I'll do film teacher because it's only one line.
Okay. What about Randy?
I'll do Randy.
Kyle is Randy. Do we have a Mickey?
Right here.
That is Hunter. Do we have a Cece? Fuck, I'll be Cece. I'll do shit. Film class guy 1.
I'll do it since F.U. Hunter doesn't want to say that awesome line.
I'm gonna do film class guy 2.
Okay, so film class guy 1 is Dan. We got Randy. Film class guy 2 is Hunter. And is that it?
Maybe. Yes.
I think that is it.
Mm-hmm.
Did somebody double up?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, Hunter. Okay, cool. So that's everybody. All right.
Hunter likes to double up.
It's the way I like
So
it.
this is Scream 2 from 1997, starting with film teacher.
So you're suggesting that someone is trying to make a real life sequel?
Stab 2. Who would want to do that? Sequels suck. Oh, please. By definition alone, sequels are inferior films.
It's a bullshit generation. Generalization. Many sequels have surpassed the originals.
Oh, yeah?
Name one.
Aliens. Far better than the first.
Yeah. Well, there's no accounting for taste.
Thank you. Ridley Scott rules. Name another.
No way. Aliens is a classic. Get away from her, you bitch.
I believe the line is, stay away from her, you bitch. This is a film class, right?
Got you. Whatever. You know what I mean.
Name another.
T2!
You got a hard on for Cameron.
Randy?
A big one.
Make
love to me,
I was trying not to laugh while saying
saying a big one.
Make love to me, Randy.
it's something about saying it that gets me excited.
I was trying to do a cross between Mr. Hanky and Mr. Poopy Butthole, and I don't
And
know.
it came out Mr. Bigglesworth.
If he could talk.
If the cat could talk.
Okay.
I can't read lines.
We'll collect ourselves for the next one.
All right.
Well, see, I had highlighted Deputy Chief Hardy on this one, and you highlighted Deputy. So I don't know what to do.
I'll do Schmidt. Who's doing Schmidt?
No, it's fine.
You got it, man.
I'll be honest
I'll
with
use
you.
it.
You'll do him better than I will.
I'll
You'll
just
do him more justice.
I'll do the
You'll do
narration
him
on
right.
this one.
I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
You do
You're
it
doing,
right.
You're
I
doing
have
Deputy.
no idea what's going
I'll
on.
do Schmidt. You do Hardy.
Oh God. Oh, that's right. Because I was doing.
Wait, who's?
I was doing my best Ice Cube.
We need a
impression.
Jenko,
I'll do Jenko.
Is Jenko
Okay.
in there? Oh yeah.
and I'll do the narration on this one. What we were talking about for this one, because we haven't actually introduced it yet,
Yeah.
is 22 Jump Street. Now, the reason why this has been added is because it totally, like, the first one metas the fuck out of it.
Yes.
22 Jump Street
Metas the
takes
fuck
it to
out
a
of that.
different level and just makes so much fun of itself for being an unnecessary sequel from the fucking get-go, with Nick fucking Offerman being the guy that really, like, puts the bow on it. And that's the scene that we're going to be doing in this scene from 22 Jump Street. So I'll start with the narration.
I'd just like to apologize ahead of time.
You suck.
No, that my Ice Cube impression is going to be horrific.
Oh,
Fucking-
I believe it.
Fucking gangsta.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, we got
Yeah.
a Ginger going straight gangsta.
That's
I'm going
right.
to go straight gangster. Gangster?
Jankster?
I don't even know how to put
Jankster.
those words
It's
together.
Jankster.
Jankster? No, that sounds like a pair of jeans.
Are you gonna go all Django?
I'm going to go all
You talk like
Unchained. I'm going to go Ginger Unchained.
talk like the guy from Higher Learning.
Ginger with a D at the
All
beginning.
right, let's get this over with, please. All right, 22 Jump Street, starting with the narration
Scene.
and scene. Schmidt and Jenko sit in front of Hardy, who simply stares at Schmidt.
Is that a hickey?
Schmidt turns his head to reveal massive marks on the side of his neck.
Oh, this was actually an octopus from the incident. I opened a crate and the octopus had leapt onto my face, and apparently that has many arms.
They have 8 tentacles.
Yes, and
Look, ladies, nobody gives a shit about the Jump Street reboot when we first came on. Anyone with half a brain, myself included, thought it was destined to fail spectacularly. But you got lucky. So now this department has invested a lot of money to make sure Jump Street keeps going. We've doubled their budget, as they're spending twice the money, guaranteed twice the profit.
crack up.
Jenko chuckles.
Yeah, like that's gonna work.
You always got to go back to Beavis and Butthead, dude.
What does
Gotta
it
go to your
fucking
wheelhouse. Gotta go to your wheelhouse.
The younger generation, I don't even think they
if-
know
No,
who
I'm
they
giving
are.
Ice
him shit,
Cube-
and I've got like 2 voices I can
If
do.
Ice Cube
Exactly.
is listening, I'd like to apologize
Actually,
again.
I-
and
I've got to
Don't
make
have him killed.
a public apology. I can do a Dylan impression, and I've not brought it to any of these drunken scenes.
Dylan from
Like Bob.
Oh, I thought you were
You
gonna
can
say
just
like,
make
gonna
it-
say like 90210.
If I hit you in the head
Yeah,
with a
that's what
hammer,
I thought you
can
were
do a Bob
talking
Dylan
about.
impression.
About to
No,
go
but
Beverly Hills up in this bitch.
I
was
feel
like,
like it's important that
Brenda,
I
like,
sing,
what the hell?
That I sing talk Dylan style one of these scenes at some point in the near future. So I cannot tell you when it's going to happen.
That should have been
I
Splinter.
think you need to continue to listen to each episode of the podcast, waiting desperately for my sing-songy Dylan impression.
You gotta talk to Lowdown to learn how to do the sing dialogue. So,
Oh my God.
'cause he's kind of perfected it.
If you didn't listen to the Logan episode, it's one of my personal favorites where Lowdown does Will I Am from Origins Wolverine, his character Ghost, in a sing-songy autotune voice.
Wow.
It was like a Black Eyed Peas thing. It was fantastic.
It was beautiful.
But now on to what we're actually talking about this evening. We're talking about movie sequels. Now, we've talked about movies that saved a franchise. We've talked about Better Than the First. We've talked a lot about movie sequels. But what I want to talk about is movies that actually destroyed a franchise. Movies that, like, they had, like, 4 or 5 other movies after this movie planned, and then it tanked so fucking hard that they just gave up on it, like, exponentially.
I mean, this is the most obvious one, but Speed 2 completely shit canned that
Yes.
franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally took everything people liked about the first one and fucked over.
Let's be clear, though. That's not exactly something that deserved nor required a franchise.
But you could have gotten at least another 2 or 3 movies out of it.
Yeah, but that's one of those things where that's got to be the most unlucky woman in the world. Stop going on fast
That could have been
transportation.
That could have been Sandra Bullock's Die Hard.
Die Hard
she died
2.
hard.
I'm just saying Fast and Furious figured out the formula they could have done with Speed.
Yeah, but that's
That's
because
true.
America got a lot more dumb.
Oh, if they Fast and Furious did.
Exactly.
So I just said it, and I'm weary of saying Die Hard 2 because I know it didn't necessarily destroy, but it kind of did. It destroyed the momentum of the franchise, and it took many years for them to come back
No.
with anything that was digestible.
Let's be clear. there's only 2 good Die Hard movies, 1 and 3.
I agree.
Everything else is a attempt at things. And
You're right.
here's the other thing. The 4th Die Hard was not horrible.
Live Free or Die Hard.
The only reason
name
it
was.
sucked, hold on, the only reason it sucked, and everybody's going to hate me for this, is the name.
No,
It doesn't
fuck that.
fit on my goddamn movie shelf properly. And if they had just called it Die Hard 4 Freedom in Leet, it would have fit on my shelf
This
and it would have been a
fucker
much better
convenience.
movie.
It was PG fucking 13.
Yes,
Hold
but
on.
he
You
don't
says
make a
motherfoot, and then they shoot the gun.
No, Die Hard 4 is fucking amazing. All right, I'm sorry. You have
I
tractor
actually
trailer
like the
versus a
concept.
fighter jet. It goes almost the same rules of we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have the most insane shit happen.
No.
So I disagree with that.
No, I've got to agree because I mean, in this one you bring in the same guy to be the bad guy, who also played Hitman, and then on top of that was like a really shitty cop and Gone in 60 Seconds. Come on, that's your main bad guy.
Yeah.
Again, you're thinking about it way too much. Again,
No,
this
but
is a Die
You're
Hard
getting too
4
meta.
movie. You're dissecting
too
a
meta.
Die Hard 4 movie.
Another one that needs to be brought up as far as what are we talking about? Ruining a franchise is the last Lethal Weapon movie.
Oh yeah.
It got
Well, with
way
Jackie
too-
Chan, right?
Yeah,
Not Jackie Chan.
No, that was
Jet
Rush
Li.
Hour.
Jet Li.
Whatever. You racist.
God damn it.
We talked about the peak of the series, which with the X-Men 2. X-Men 3 pretty much at a point killed that franchise until they had to reboot it because X-Men 3 was such a pile of shit that nobody wanted anything to do with X-Men for a good while.
Yeah, and let's be clear. That was a reboot. That was not a That was actually not. That was not a sequel. That was a reboot. That was
Which
to
one?
start the timeline off.
Oh, after X-Men?
Yeah, after X-Men.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
to start the timeline off on a whole fresh start.
No, that was the Force Awakens of the X-Men movies where they found a way to just kind of like apologize.
Are you
Don't
talking
worry
about
about it.
You're not talking about 3. You're talking about the next one.
The
after
next
talking
one,
about the
yeah.
next one.
Okay.
The next one where that
was
was
like,
the Force Awakens.
Did
where
I miss a big piece?
it was
of
just like, we're so sorry. Just ignore the prequel shit.
Yeah.
But it
that
took them
happened.
it took them a while to fucking do that because everybody fucking hated that third one so much.
It was.
Because oh god, no, you.
Mike's having a stroke.
Fuck.
All right, breathe,
You don't-
breathe, Hobbit, breathe.
There are two. Fuck.
He cries
there were
sometimes when he thinks about
Two
it.
of my favorite storylines of the X-Men is the Dark Phoenix saga.
Yes.
And the Cure series of the Astonishing X-Men from fucking
Whedon's run.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
And they decided, even though both of those could have been trilogies on their own right, Brett fucking Ratner of the Rush Hour series came in after Bryan Singer was just like, "Oh, I'm too busy fucking up Superman to do an X-Men series," and so they got Brett Ratner, Rush Hour, to go in, and he decided, "Oh, you know what? Dark Phoenix doesn't have enough for one movie, so let's just combine that with The Cure and just fuck them both up. So it's gonna take like 10 years before anybody's even willing to touch it. How about that? And fuck you, Brett Ratner. If I see you on the street, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking mouth.
You curb stomping
piece
him, huh?
of shit."
Curb stomp Brett Ratner.
I think we can all agree that Brett Ratner is the anti-James Cameron. He's like bizarro James Cameron.
He also might as well have cash grab like on
I'm pretty
every
sure he
shirt
has that tattooed
wears.
as a rocker across
he's
his
got-
stomach.
He's got that shit across his neck that nobody can see because he's got him on his knuckles.
I believe it's his actual middle name.
He comes home and he starts singing like dashboard songs to himself, and then he looks in his closet and sees the pounds of money that he's made, and he's just like, "No, it's fine."
Yeah, he's like,
"No, it's
have no soul.
yeah, it's okay. I can still live nice.
I'm still curious how they looked at Rush Hour and went, that's our guy to take on the X-Men franchise. Like,
probably like how the Star Trek guys picked the Fast and the Furious director to do Star Trek.
Wait,
that's still
wait.
closer, though.
Wait a second. I'm gonna interject with that. Here's the thing about and this I was gonna mention it earlier, but I didn't want to overtalk anyone. When they rebooted the Star Trek series, they did it in a really good way.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't step on the original series, even though the first movie was shit. But they didn't.
They were very smart about it.
They were very smart about it. And then, for some god awful reason, they decided to take one of the most beloved storylines and ass rape it. And then...
Why are they in missiles?
Yeah. And then...
Why? That doesn't even make it...
But see, here's the thing. In doing so, they shied a lot of people away from it. But the Into Darkness, I'm going to say, for me at least, recouped it a little bit. It picked it up a little bit.
From Beyond.
Yeah. Into Darkness was the con reboot.
Was the con
I'm saying,
bullshit.
Yeah, the other one. The third one redeemed it a little bit. And that, to me, is because of Simon Pegg writing that shit.
Yeah. There's a lot of sequels like that are there's misfires within the series, and then you get those ones that are after a really completely. I wouldn't say that it was a shitty movie, but after that, Into Darkness really took it back to the more roots of the.
He fought aliens with a motorcycle.
I know.
There were so many ideas that they could have pulled from.
Right.
There were so many series ideas even that
But
they
you
could
got
have
the
pulled from,
director
and instead they
of
took
Fast and the Furious
Con
and
and
the climax-
reworked it.
The climax is fucking Kirk riding a motorcycle, and it's just like, fuck you. Oh,
yeah.
So you're
With that was a Fast and Furious take. I will give you that. However, it was much better than trying to redo Con. That was just stupid. That was a stupid idea, and it was executed poorly.
Well, and you almost have to think like, unlike even Into Darkness, was that a cash grab? Was that like, all right, we're hot on these. We have to get something into play here and get it out before it's out of people's minds.
That wasn't Abrams that directed this.
No, it wasn't.
No,
Yes.
he
produced it.
He produced
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
He
Bad
directed the
Robot,
second
I
one.
think. Didn't he?
He's good at rebooting franchises, but then he goes, "All right, that's your guys' thing now."
I mean, like
with Jedi and everything else. It's like he gets the ball rolling, and he's like, "Please don't fuck it up," and then somebody fucks it up.
well, yeah, he adds an extra note.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, I'll produce it from now on.
yeah. Just give me the
basically.
money. I don't really
It's like,
care
yeah,
about it.
it's like I'll throw my name on it just so you guys have the recognition for it.
Yeah.
Is pretty much what he's done. But I'd have to echo a little bit just with the third installment for Star Trek. I mean, that brought it back to. It almost felt like an episode, like an elongated episode from the original series.
And that's why, and that was because Simon Pegg was a fanboy.
Oh, of course.
When he got the role of Scotty, he was like, I couldn't fucking believe it. He was like, this is like a dream come true.
Yeah, no
and
shit.
he goes, and the fact that they let me, like, because Into Darkness was it tanked so bad, and it was such a shit show for the fans. I mean, it got eaten alive online. They were, and the worst part is that The Secret, quote unquote, was released on IMDb inadvertently when they showed Cumberbatch's name as Khan and the other character. It pretty much spoiled the whole goddamn movie right from the jump. So many people were pissed off at that, and then when you go in and you watch it, you're like, this is bullshit. Everybody was so mad about it that the fact that he was able to fanboy it, and he was like, look, I can write you something better. And they were like, all right, go ahead, let's do it. And then they gave it to a fucking Fast and Furious director. I actually was impressed with the third one way more than the second one.
I agree with you on that one. I thought the third one was better. I will say, to throw in there of movies that I don't want to say it destroyed the franchise, the future possibilities of the franchise, obviously, because it'll probably be coming back, is The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It hits two categories because they waited a long time to do it, and then although they had all this time to come up with something, that's all they fucking came up with, and so
Look, all the hands go up.
I know. Okay, go you, and then you.
I went to, before they did the 7:30 midnight showings on Thursday nights, I went to the midnight showing of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I saw proud fathers bringing their children dressed as Indiana Jones into the midnight showing, that the kids were stoked that they were like doing whip tricks in the walkway area beforehand, and the crowd was like cheering them. The kid was like super like proud of it, and it was this entire environment of people stoked as fuck about Crystal Skull. And then that happened.
Yeah.
And Shia LaDouche combed his hair through 3/4 of the fucking movie. To one point he was like, coffee's good. Like, fuck you.
But you can't even blame it just on him. That's
No,
the thing.
I'm also
like,
blaming it on the fact that apparently lead-lined refrigerators are enough to save you from a fucking...
When that happened, in the movie, I threw my hands up. There was
That was it for me.
Yeah, when he bounced and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I literally said that audibly in the
But you all waited for the entire rest of the movie. That's the first, like, half 20 minutes. There's still another
literally
2
the
hours
first
of that
15, 20
movie.
minutes.
I knew there was going to be a really, really terrible CGI ant scene, and I needed to see it. I needed to see a communist eaten by giant fucking South American ants.
And we'll go into the monkeys.
It was important for me.
The fucking
let's not forget
the telepathic
fact that
monkeys.
Shia LaDouche fucking Tarzaned the shit out of a situation at one point and became friends with primates that were totally cool with him, just like swinging like an asshole.
Well, they do kind of speak the same language.
Hey, they only went after the Nazis, okay? The monkeys only went after the Nazis.
Even monkeys.
Those weren't even Nazis.
Even monkeys do that. Nazis suck.
That's common sense. It's like nobody likes a Nazi. Not even fucking animals like Nazis.
They threw their shit all over
They
them.
weren't even
Those
Nazis.
weren't even
Okay.
Nazis.
Oh, I'm sorry. They were communists.
They were communists. All right, Danimal.
And that's part of number one. I thought we weren't going to talk about this shit anymore. Okay.
Not when
I
you
thought
get
we
into
thought-
Indiana
no,
Jones.
But I thought when we did the Indiana Jones episode, we were not bringing that shit up. All right.
That's his fault.
I will say this. I know that we're not at that point yet, but I have, and I know they've already greenlit it. Indiana Jones 5 has been greenlit.
Yes, it has.
But I have the perfect way to fix the franchise, even with what they're talking about doing. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm gonna throw that grenade out, and you guys want to come back to me later? We can talk about it now. It's up to you. Silence.
I'm going to give my my thought of what yours is.
No.
Sala's kid meets up. Sala's kid meets up with Indiana Jones, and it's Cal Penn.
Nope.
I know it's totally the wrong race.
A little bit.
Let's be fair. The dude that played Sala was not at all that race either, so it's totally
All right.
okay. It's like it's Scarface. You know, you just fucking
Here we go.
mix it up.
This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna throw it out there because
I'm just stoked about Cal Penn because he quit the fucking Trump administration along with his entire fucking staff today. I'm
Good.
sorry. I'm gonna shut
All right,
up.
so
now.
here's the thing.
All right,
Breathe.
here we go.
All right,
Indiana
go.
Jones 5 could be completely redeemed. And I mean, honestly, the worst part about that whole thing, Indiana Jones 4, Crystal Skull, the worst part about it is that it was Spielberg and it was Gale. Like, that's the worst part, is that they did that. That was them. They have really great ideas, and for some reason, that was the top of their list. All right, but 5 can be redeemed in 2 ways. And they don't even have to reboot it or whatever. Like, they're talking about making Chris Pratt the new Indiana Jones. And here's the thing. They can do that. If they take Shia LaBeouf's character, Shia LaDouche character, and turn him into Chris Pratt grown up, if Chris Pratt is him grown up, and he gets his shit together, he is still Indiana Jones the third, and he can continue through the 90s or whatever the fuck you want to do, and still make that shit viable if they do it right. He can be Henry Jones the third, and they can do what they did with Sean Connery and him, and they can continue the lineage and make it completely fucking
Which
viable.
is the best of the original 3, in my opinion.
Correct.
I actually love that, and honestly, all that you need to do to give a little bit of a nod to the fan service is, as an adult, he's like, I was kind of an asshole as a kid.
I was an asshole as a kid.
And that's just,
And that's
it. That's all that you have to mention about it.
Can you believe that I swung from some fucking vines and survived?
You don't
Like-
even have to go that far. You just say I was kind of an asshole when I was younger. And
Just
then
say
you
he's kind of
move
a
on.
douche.
But here's the thing: you could even have Harrison Ford cameo just like Connery. I mean, fuck, Connery in the fourth one, Connery was a picture on a desk, but you could have him cameo, giving him the goddamn hat and the whip. I don't even care, as long as you don't shit on the rest of the franchise like you did with Crystal Skull.
Agreed.
I have a better idea. It's like, why don't we have it take place before the bullshit in the last one?
A reboot.
All right, and bring the fucking Nazis back, okay? Because if
Here's the thing, that's the best part.
But if history has taught us anything, all right, well, I guess you could flash forward to now.
Right now, and he's still fighting Nazis. That's what I was gonna say.
Henry Jones the Fourth.
Exactly.
The new generation of Nazi.
That's the best
neo-Nazi.
thing. That's the thing, is like, if you continue the timeline, like that was part of the problem with me for Crystal Skull, was the timeline the jump wasn't as big as it should have been, I guess, for the time that they let go. Or maybe it should have been left further back.
Or you do either
well, he was like 18,
you do like a Force Awakens type of thing, or
just retell the same story.
No, or even going back to like Tron Legacy, where they digitize his face.
No,
so
you mean
Indiana
like they
Jones,
did? You
no,
mean
so Indiana Jones looks younger? Okay.
Wait, no. The best time they ever did that was totally with Terminator. I mean, wait, no. I mean, with Scorpion King. I mean, wait, no.
So anything would fix that bullshit that happened in that last Indiana Jones film.
Here's the only issue that you run into with that when you bring it into more modern times, especially things that would probably closer relate to the newer generations of indie fans or possible indie fans, is the epic nature of the original 3 films. Even though the second one is, in my opinion, it's the weakest of the 3, of course. But if you really look at the overtone, the subtext of the films, like, they're really rich films in terms of what they're trying to say and the epic nature of their adventure. To put that into modern times, I just don't think you can. I don't know how you could do it.
I think that's why they did the alien angle.
Yeah,
I think that's why, because like, where else do you go? Like, back then, God stuff was the pinnacle of relics. Well, what else do we got? Well, we've been saying aliens have been here for hundreds of years. Let's go that angle. Like,
right.
I really think that's the only reason that they went that direction, and it just fell on its face.
Yeah.
No, I think this was a product of Lucas really having an obsession with doing prequels before the sequels. Okay, that's really what you kind of ran into with because Temple of Doom technically takes place before everything else for Indiana Jones. All right, so that's where his obsession with that is. Maybe that's where we can blame those abysmal Star Wars on. It was like, oh, Temple of Doom did okay, and it did that. Like, it was technically before Raiders, but I did it after Raiders.
I think everybody should shoot us comments on the website to let us know who we should hate the most. Who's to fucking blame the most for Crystal Skull?
Well, hashtag it. Throw a hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag the shit out of it.
No. Come up with a hashtag. Like, yell out.
Hashtag whose fault was it in D4?
No.
Okay.
Hashtag they raped him.
No, it's hashtag Crystal Skulled.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
Okay.
Or Crystal Skullfucker.
Okay, no, that's what it is.
Crystal Skullfucker.
If you want to talk with us about Indiana Jones and who fucked who,
Crystal Skullfucker.
Crystal Skullfucker is the hashtag to check out on Twitter. But now we got to move on because we're not too far away from the end of this episode. I really want to cover, before we finish off with this episode, movies that deserve a sequel.
All right.
That's super important. And Kyle is about to fucking... he's sick highlight.
Kyle, you really need to put your arm down.
I'm really excited.
Dude, not the...
No.
Stop doing this.
You're bald, too. Kyle, you're bald. You should know better.
Gonna go to sleep.
Okay. All right.
Little hand.
I only had two super excitement over the 2 films that I think should be their sequel to. And one is going to get a laugh, and you're going to be like, of course. Beetlejuice 2, which they've just been talking about, but I really fucking want to see a sequel because that is a story that could just fucking go anywhere.
I don't trust Tim Burton. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't trust Tim Burton.
Then you don't get Tim Burton. You get a different director. Second one is Monster Squad 2. Think about that.
I knew you were going to say that.
Electric Frankaloo.
Monster Squad 2.
His fucking bolts are Wi-Fi, bitch.
Does Wolfman still have nards?
Of course he does.
But they kicked him in the nards.
Well, he grew back.
I was gonna say one that I would actually be kind of curious about is if they ever did a sequel to The Professional or Leon.
Ooh.
Oh
my God, that's so perfect.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's the perfect setup. Is that it closed it off. It was totally a self-contained movie, but it leaves such a perfect way to, like, we're her grown up. Like, duh.
Yeah, and Luc Besson needs to do something good.
No shit.
He does.
He
absolutely does.
Apparently.
Yeah. And that's good. And that is actually very similarly along the vein of, and Tarantino's mentioned it, but Kill Bill having the girls grown up fighting. Viper and whatever, like them having. He's even hinted at it.
So
that would be
BB and Viper.
BB and Viper's daughter. Yeah, totally. Like, because she even says, and I mean, and it's such a throwaway line in the movie, but to make that into its own thing would be amazing. Plus, 2 female leads, fucking amazing. Like, I mean, granted, Kill Bill was a female lead, but I'm saying like villain, like, because Bill was a man. Like, you could have this entire franchise based around something that was filmed, and I mean, it's going to take another 10 years before that gets to a thing where it's cool. But I think that's a great idea for something.
Now, I know that Coen Brothers don't do sequels, but Big Lebowski just begs for just a continuation.
They pissed on his other rug.
Yeah. I mean, just in that one movie, he has so
ottoman.
much bad luck. Why don't they continue that shit?
I should probably save this for mid-September because we're gonna do a episode all about sports movies mid-September. But I think there should be a sequel to Fever Pitch, because anybody with that level
Wait. Isn't that the Drew Barrymore?
the Drew Barrymore.
Yep, you lost me.
What's this fuck?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Careful, I'm a Sox
feature.
fan here, so.
No, it's
Fever
not even
Pitch.
about the Sox.
All right.
Because my beloved is also a Sox fan. I don't know if you knew that. I am not. I'm not a hater like I am a Yankees hater, but
Or a Phillies hater.
or a Philly. Yeah, because fuck the Phillies. Kyle. Fuck
I
you.
see, motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll fight after. No, but I want to see what happens after Drew Barrymore, by the way, spoilers, runs across the field and she's like, I don't care that you're obsessed and don't have time for a relationship. We should get married. And they get married. And I want a 5 years later movie where she's fucking miserable because she doesn't actually like baseball and she tried really hard to make it work and it wasn't working, and then they're just sitting there and it's just a 2-hour thing of just scenes where they're just not talking to each other, and like she ends up hooking up with like a bartender that's like 20 years younger than her.
You just want an
And, like,
angry sequel.
and then he's like bitching to like a woman that's like 25
You're thinking about
years.
this way too
You're
much,
like,
by the way.
where like he goes
Thank you.
he goes to the bar with his like fucking like season ticket friends on a regular basis.
How much
And-
do you get angry at Jimmy Fallon, man? This is like some hate
They
fucking.
break up and she ends up
Hey,
banging a
fucking
dude
Jimmy
on the
Fallon
team.
here.
That's the thing, is that they try to break up about midway through, and then they realize that they're so used to each other at this point and so used to hating each other that they can't actually fulfill other relationships outside
damn.
of it.
Hobbit,
And they end up
breathe,
coming
Hobbit.
They end up getting back together towards the end, even though everyone around
Spending
them is
way too
telling
much
them that
time.
it's a super
the
toxic
way.
I'm a Sox-
relationship and it's not a good idea, and they do it anyway, and that's the happy ending out
I'm
of
a
it.
Pretty sure
Sox-
that's an episode of Friends, by the way.
I'm a Sox fan, and I've never dissected that movie as much as you have. I mean, seriously, man.
It was a
what the
rom-com
fuck?
that you just turned into like.
Thank you for GUI therapy hour.
Then he's sucking guys off, and he's so upset. Like, where is this
You fucking
going,
took it
man?
in
Off
the
for
ass and you
fucking
didn't know how to
Sox
feel
tickets.
about it.
Yeah, honestly, like the one that I really want to see, because the first movie was just absolutely hilarious, was Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
They're supposed to make a sequel
Yeah.
to that.
I've heard about that, but I've heard that for the last 7 years, and that movie is just absolutely so hilarious.
I will 100% agree with
And
you.
honestly, like when I first watched it, I didn't see it in the theater or anything like that. I just watched it on, I think it was on Netflix or something like that, and I was like, oh, hadn't seen it yet, why not? And I don't think I've laughed as hard in the last 7 years. It's glorious.
I've always had an idea that I think the time has come now. It's 2017. And I think a sequel to Natural Born Killers should be
Oh.
done. Now, that being said, when that movie came out, we were right before internet media exploded. And it was a commentary on news media. 24-hour news channels were a big thing then and all that stuff. I think if he were to take them getting back into it, something like that. I mean, you see him at the end, they're driving around in a fucking Winnebago or whatever. If that were to be updated for now in the constant stimuli media, I think that shit could go next level if he did it right.
That's not bad. That is not bad at all. I've got one that I actually talked about with Katie Turbo and I's recent visit to Pittsburgh.
A little cautious after your last one.
Yeah, you got a little worked up about Fever Pitch. I forgot that was even a movie, to be honest with you.
This is actually legitimate. This is actually
All right.
my real.
I don't know if you started going into She's All That and how you hated it.
Actually,
Save the Last Dance 4. He's all excited.
it's actually 11 things I hate about you. No,
That you don't like Fever Pitch.
no, honestly, there is a scene in the original 1968 Night of the Living Dead where Dwayne Jones's character, the black man that goes into the house with Judith O'Dea, and he's describing the situation at a diner with gas pumps and what he went through with like zombies hanging off the side of a truck as it hits the diner and everything goes into flames and everything like that. It amazed me. Since 1968 that nobody it didn't dawn on no one to actually do a prequel to Night of the Living Dead where it was Dwayne Jones played by whoever. Like, it doesn't matter at this point. It's 1968. It's 2017. Well, no, it matters a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
We don't go to that
He's his
territory.
illegitimate son.
Donald Glover. All right.
Yeah,
There you go.
No, yeah, no. Oh
There you
God,
go.
yes, absolutely. Get Donald Glover in there to play young Dwayne Jones and his whole experience with the diner and everything like that. And you just expand on that story a little bit, and you can do a very small movie, low budget, involving a diner and gas pump, an explosion and a truck, and like just extras that are like undead. And you're talking maybe a $12 million film, which is like nothing in modern indie standards.
That's better than your Fever Pitch one. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and it would be so fucking like consumed by people like me, the zombie fans. They would eat it up. If you did proper homage to the original Night of the Living Dead, we would have to do it in black and white. You would have to do it with the long pauses in between conversation, like the original Night of the Living Dead, to give it proper kind of like prequel induction into Night of the Living Dead. Personally.
Now, we talked about this on the Stephen King episode, but what about Maximum Overdrive 2?
Yes. Well,
We need to see that soda machine fuck up some more people.
Super overdrivey.
directed by Michael Bay. So like you have complete
Transformers 4 is what you're saying.
complete CGI trucks for this, so you don't even have to worry about filling them back up.
I think Michael Bay is the equal to a coked out Stephen King.
That's
so they're about the
actually-
same. Seriously.
Isn't that just Transformers?
Yeah,
Pretty
it
much.
really is.
Coked out Stephen King, Michael Bay.
No, it's
yeah.
just like cars that kill you. Like, that's just Transformers.
Well, you do
Like,
realize,
that's all
you
it
do
is.
know that the last Transformers movie was that they changed the name of it. It was originally called The Last Cash Grab, not The Last Night.
Honestly, like, I didn't even bother to see that one.
I didn't even sit through the trailer. That's how bad.
That's like
I was like, Anthony Hopkins is in it. Oh, not fuck.
See, and
sorry.
here's the
Sir.
sad thing. Like, I'll look at the
Sir Anthony Hopkins in the Transformers movie.
I'll look at the second one on that one and think that originally that Revenge of the Fallen actually saved it a little bit, and then the following film just destroyed it.
nothing saves any of those movies. Go.
Okay, we're about done, but before we finish off with the evening, let's talk about the sequels that we're excited about moving forward in the near future. Just name them. We don't have time to really get into it.
Deadpool 2.
Motherfucking Incredibles 2. Goddamn.
John Wick 3.
Oh God!
Super
damn it, he
Troopers
took
2.
mine. Super Troopers 2.
Super 420, bitches.
Next one up, Blade Runner 2.
Blade
Kingsman
Runner
2.
2049 looks fucking amazing.
Kingsman 2.
Kingsman 2.
Last
Ragnarok.
Jedi.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Because Hope likes
By the way,
raging fire.
We will be doing a Blade Runner 2049.
Smoldering fire.
We'll be doing a Blade Runner 2049, Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049
Nice.
episode. We'll
Can
be
I,
doing a Ragnarok. We'll be doing.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot coming
We're not
up.
going to do a Kingsman episode, but we are going to be writing an Turbo, one of our regular panelists, and my beloved is going to be writing an article for GUIPodcast.com about the sequel and the original movie as well.
Can I be on the Blade Runner episode? Because I've never actually seen Blade Runner.
Well, you watch it first.
I just wanted to say that out loud.
Did
You're
really?
just trying to anger us.
Seen it. I've tried.
Carlton, you're the go-to guy for the industrial bar.
I know, right?
Hey, stop tapping the table.
It's the funniest part. No, it's the funniest part of it.
He's very Hobbit. Calm down. Calm down.
I just wanted to see Hobbit have a stroke right here.
Apparently, we're trying to break.
I can't
Hobbit
tell if
tonight.
you're going to have a stroke or you're
thing.
trying to hold
I've
it
never
apart.
I've never seen Blade Runner. I've never seen Fever Pitch.
Have you ever seen
his head exploded?
Have you ever seen Monster Squad?
Yes, I've seen Monster
Good man. Did you like it?
Did Wolfman have narcs?
No, I love Monster Squad, but you've seen Monster Squad.
I just wanted to throw that in your face.
And you've seen Fever Pitch.
Down to you.
You've seen Monster Squad, but you have not seen fucking Blade Runner.
I have tried.
I'm a little puzzled by that too. I will agree with Hobbit.
I have
on that.
not. I've tried, and here's the thing: I have DirecTV, and I tried to watch it
Here's
for
the
free,
thing,
and they
there's-
want to charge me $6.
No, here's the thing.
I'll lend you the Blu-ray. Fuck.
Absolutely.
Everyone you know
Absolutely,
has
Oprah.
4 copies of it because there were 8 copies available.
You know what?
Everybody has at least 4.
Everybody's got 4 copies of Debbie Does Dallas. I've never seen that either.
You're
Is
hanging out
that
with
the
wrong
level
crowd.
of comparison? Blade Runner.
I've never
Dallas.
seen it, so I don't know how to compare the two.
Way less.
They made a
car
movie
washing-
about that.
Way less car washing in Blade Runner. Just
All I know
saying.
is Daryl Hannah doesn't run into a window in Debbie Does Dallas. That's all I know.
Fuck. Okay, I can't think of a better way to end this.
Yeah,
episode,
I think we're.
Oh, I didn't
So-
even get to pitch my movie.
Yeah, we don't have time for movie pitches. We're right at the tail end here. So thank you.
True
guys.
Lies 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
No, anybody had.
Actually,
really
it's
does,
Electric Douchecoo.
If anybody does have any sequel pitches that they just want to throw out there, you can always go on our website and do that.
You might be bald, but you're smart. That's the best way to actually follow up with this episode.
I get a lot of sunlight.
We didn't get a chance to talk about movie pitches for sequels. So if you have an idea for movie pitches, just put GY movie pitch as a hashtag, or just comment on our release of this episode on all our social media. And thank you guys so much for listening. We're gonna follow up with I think it's mob movies next week.
Yep.
Is our next episode. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Say hello to
Super
my
excited.
little friend.
And after that, a straight Scorsese episode. So we have to actually stay away from Scorsese a little bit on the mob movies.
That's gonna be a little
episode.
complicated.
That's going to
That'll
be
be tough.
complicated. Yeah. But
Is that
we get-
possible?
we get a lot in store, especially in October. As you guys know, we do a lot of horror-centric stuff in October. There's a lot on the plate for GUI, so definitely subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcasts. And follow us at GUIPodcast.com. I am Mike the Hobbit Bickett. Thanks so much for the use of Little Girl by the Gajiro Experiment on the intro, and for the use of Dead by Dawn on the outro by our friends in the Creepazoids. As always, join us or die.
Fuck you.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit.
Join us or die, or I will swallow your soul. Necronomicon gives us power to rise from the dead. You play to take, or play begins to spread. You can fight all you want, cause you felt to resist. We're here to take the world and rule with an iron fist. So join us or die, or I will swallow your soul.
GUIPodcast.com.